for dinner.
They should.
Welcome to Focus Broadband TV's high school football game of the week. Jake Holmes and I coming to you from off campus tonight, partner, at Legion Stadium near the campus of Whiteville High School. And Jay, a rivalry, a non-conference rivalry game tonight that's rich in tradition, rich in history between the visiting West Brunswick Trojans and the host Whiteville Wolfpack. Jay, we're talking pregame. Really hard to believe that these two teams have not met since 2019, but we should have a good one tonight.
Yeah, usually you do. It's a very close series historically. West holding a 22-20 advantage. And as Sam said, they last played in 2019. West was victorious in that game, 21-0. They haven't met since, principally because of COVID, but that all changes here this evening. And in your picture there, you'll see the brand new electronic jumbotron, whatever the heck you call it, scoreboard here at Whiteville, and it is a very, very pretty board. And I think folks who attend home games this season for Whiteville are going to enjoy everything that they can show you on that.
And Jay, is an exciting time for both programs. Whiteville, of course, continuing to improve and develop under head coach J.P. Price. West Brunswick competing under first-year head coach Caleb Pardue. Of course, Coach Pardue was the defensive coordinator for former head coach Brett Hickman's Trojans the last 4 seasons before this one. So, Jay, a lot to get excited about for the Whiteville and West Brunswick programs. But, boy, oh, boy, these two teams took it on the chin in week 1.
Well, they did. Let's start with Whiteville. They just got beat at up in Leland at North Brunswick, 44-15. The Pack is a wing tee offensive scheme, and generally wing tees generate a lot of rushing yards. They only had 155 yards rushing last week against the Scores, and they gave up 418 yards offensively, something that Whiteville just does not do. Loss of coach J.P. They're going to look to turn things around this evening against the visitors from Charlotte.
And a big credit to the best color analyst in the business, Jake Holmes, on this nugget. Whiteville has not started a season 0-2 under head coach J.P. Price. Did I get that right, partner?
Pretty darn close. I think it's the first time since 2016 they would have lost their first 2 games of the year. And, yeah, I think under J.P. it might be has never happened. So they're going to be looking to get off that skid tonight. Of course, Caleb Pardue, as Sam mentioned to you, first-year coach at West Brunswick, they come in here off a 56-27 thumping at Carolina Forest, a game that the Trojans were just plagued by too many penalties, too many turnovers, too many mistakes, and they gave up a lot of big plays to Carolina Forest. 3 touchdowns running the football over 64 yards by Carolina Forest, and the Trojans lost 2 offensive touchdowns due to penalties. One of them was a 90-yard kickoff return by Kevon Daniels. Daniels did manage to score 3 times last week, but that was pretty much the highlight of the game for the Trojans. So, again, just as the Wolfpack are looking to get off the slide, so are the Trojans from West Brunswick.
The captains for tonight's game, first for the Wolfpack, number 26, Nicotis Gordon, number 55, Desmond Marlowe, 57, C.J. Batten, and 65, the big senior, Jacob Collins. For West Brunswick, number 7, J.J. Cobb, number 13, Avery Clemens, 32, Kevon Daniels, and that looks like 62, offensive lineman Josh Smith. And the captains are shaking hands near midfield. And, Jay, we're getting real close to opening kickoff as the Whiteville band still on the field. Wolfpack and the Trojans getting ready to take the field for a critical non-conference matchup. Jay, worth mentioning before this one starts off, you probably saw that lopsided score between North Brunswick and Whiteville last week. It probably caught a lot of folks. It did catch me, in fact, by surprise. Whiteville was 11-1 a year ago, went undefeated in the conference, advanced to the third round of the playoffs, Jay, and talk about one Coach Price will carry with them forever. Lost in the third round to St. Paul's by 2 points, and Whiteville turned the ball over six times. 6 turnovers in a third round playoff defeat. But Jay, Whiteville only returning 4 starters off of that 11-1 team.
Yeah.
So if you are going to have a rebuilding year at Whiteville, this year is one of those times where you're just so young and have such little experience, particularly on the offensive and defensive lines.
I forget. It was an astonishing number of touchdowns that, were on that 2021 team who are no longer here at Whiteville. And J.P. Price makes no bones about it. We just saw Whiteville come onto the field, and from your left, here comes the Trojans of West Brunswick. J.P. said, look, our younger players just got to step up. They're going to have to get big real quick and literally overnight to compete. And I think to some extent a little bit of that in the sense that you see Coach Price there, he with the wrestling guns, right? But gosh,
looking like Jake Holmes down there on the sideline.
No, heavens no. But West Brunswick's got a lot of offense returning. They scored a bunch of points last year, about 27 a game. And they've got some offensive weapons to utilize this season. Where they need to look to improve is the same problem that they ran into last year, was on the defensive end of the ball or side of the ball and giving up points. So I think to the extent that each of these two teams address those issues, the youth and experience of Whiteville and the defensive situation that West faces is going to go a long way to how successful 2022 will be for both these outstanding teams.
So, Jay, I want you to check out the writing instruments that I brought for tonight's game. Notice a trend there? We got the green one for the Trojans, the blue one for the Wolfpack. Very Digger Phelps-like.
Every year he does something that surprises me. I mean, most years it was just him being on time,
just showing up.
But he's really gotten past that now. And tonight's big surprise is the
color-coded pins for the matchup. Yeah, but Jay, right now we're going to have a color-coded opening kickoff. JoJo Hamrick handles the kickoff duties for the Trojans. Back deep to receive it for the Wolfpack. Looks like that is number 5, Amari Best. Sorry, partner. That's going to be a short directional kick. Fielded cleanly by the Pack. Trojans checking in on the return man. On the return was 24, Nalajim Powell, the sophomore running back. He was brought down at the 41-yard line. Jay, pretty good starting field position for J.P. Price and the Whiteville Wolfpack.
Yeah, that was Michael Simpson, special team stop. The Swiss Army knife for this year's West Brunswick team, particularly on defense. He'll move around, linebacker, defensive back, and he'll hit you. He really will. 66 tackles last year, 1 interception. Michael Simpson, one of the better defensive players around.
So almost set for the game's first play from scrimmage. Luke Odom under center, hands it off around the left side. That's Amari Best, dragging tacklers near midfield, picks up 8 yards on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 2 from the Wolfpack 49. And look, Jay, they're already up and on the ball.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a sense of urgency early on tonight. They only gained 155 yards rushing last week. Gained a bunch right that time.
Another really good gain on 2nd down. That handoff went to number 8. That's J.T. Todd, the junior fullback. And, Jay, just like that, the Pack pick up 17 yards on their first 2 rushing plays and have a 1st and 10 at the West Brunswick 42.
And right over top of the ball again.
Handoff around the right side. He's got running room. Beats a man to the edge. Still on his feet. Finally brought down inside the 20-yard line at the 16. A gain of 26 yards and a Wolfpack first down.
Best off to a great start here this evening. Some fine blocking up front, but when Best gets to the outside, he gets some daylight, and he knows what to do with it. Jamal Marlowe, a big guy, chased him down from behind, number 68, with the the tackle. Let's take a look at it again. Nice block.
Just got washed out. Garrett Powell couldn't quite get him to the turf. Another missed tackle. Marlowe did a good job chasing him down from behind. Jay, how about that? 53 seconds into the game, the West Brunswick defense and defensive coordinator Aaron Powell call a timeout to try to get the Trojans settled down. Jay, the wing T can be incredibly difficult to defend. It adds a whole nother element when Whiteville's running it with tempo. You know, the ball's getting marked, and they're right back on the ball ready for another snap.
Yeah, and, you know, most coaches say, gosh, you know, it's something that we don't see. We play 10, 11 games. We might see it twice, right, during the regular season. But when you factor in the fact that Whiteville not only runs it, but runs it really well, that's a tough combination.
Todd up the middle, still on his feet. West trying to bring him down, and they do at the 11-yard line. That was the best defensive play of the game for the Trojans, and the Wolfpack still managed to pick up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line, and like we said, Whiteville right back on the ball, ready for another snap. Handoff around the right side. Ball carriers hit and finally brought down at the 6-yard line. Jay, that is right at the line to gain. Going to be very close to a first down, maybe a yard short.
Simpson and Deshaun.
No, first down. Enough for first down. 1st and goal from the 6.
And Michael Simpson in on the stop there.
And that's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Boy, how easy was that for the Wolfpack. 5 rushing plays, covers 59 yards, and a minute and a half into the game, the Wolfpack have surged ahead 6-0.
Big-time drive coming out of the opening kickoff for Whiteville that time. How many yards was it, Sam?
59 yards
and
on 6 plays.
All on the ground. And last week, they only gained 155 total, right? So clearly they made some changes.
Extra point is up and good. The Wolfpack off to a fast start. And, Jay, that's got to be a great sign for J.P. Price and the Wolfpack to get off to such a fast start after such a lopsided defeat in Week 1.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the way that the Pack wanted to come out here this evening. And you know, very solid, nothing fancy, you know, no counters, no razzle-dazzle reverses, just smash-mouth football. And at least for those first 6 plays, clearly Whiteville won the battle at the line of scrimmage, and certainly the fine running of Best and Todd results in an early 7-0 Whiteville advantage.
So 10:29 left in the opening frame. Whiteville 7, West Brunswick 0, but now it'll be the Trojans' chance to get the ball on offense, and we'll see what senior quarterback Javen Peanut McCray and company can do on the offensive side of the ball. Jay, go ahead, partner.
Well, I was just going to say, McCray, I think they're just kind of waiting for him to, like, blossom. He's shown glimpses of brilliance. He's very mobile. He can run. He can throw. He can do a lot of things out there, and I know Coach Pardue and staff are looking for Javen to lead some drives and maybe even making some big plays for the Trojans.
So Whiteville going to kick it off, and it's up, a high end-over-end kick, fielded cleanly by the Trojans. He's got a seam. Trojans going across midfield, still on his feet. If he could outrun him, he might score. One man to beat. Jordan McCall, touchdown, 80 yards to the house. No laundry on the field, and the Trojans answer quickly with an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by number 9, Jordan McCall. Jay, maybe the biggest play of his young career.
Well, McCall had a really strong second half of the season last year as a defensive back, and he played well in the bash, and he got off to a good start last week. Let's see.
Boy, Jay took it all the way around the right side, got a great block by Daniels, and then made the kicker miss. And, Jay, right here I thought Whiteville had a beat on him, but McCall just outran everyone and got some separation there in the final 10 yards, and it's a touchdown Trojans.
Hamrick going for the point after, a very good kicker, only in the 10th grade. 3 for 4 last week, and
offsides.
That might be a blessing for.
Yep, it was a huge break for West.
Yeah.
As Whiteville jumped in the neutral zone. And Jay, in high school football, that's a dead ball. So they just blow it dead right there. And Jay, I thought maybe the Trojans might bring the offense on the field after the offside penalty to try a 2-point try from the 1.5, but they declined the penalty, and they're going to still snap it from the 3 and kick it from the 10.
You know, Sam, I agree with this call. I mean, Hamrick, I guess nobody's automatic, but he's pretty darn good. So let's take the point and even it up.
Good hold that time. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So, Jay, how about that? 1 and 46 seconds into the game, and we've already had 2 touchdowns, a 6-yard scoring run from J.T. Todd of the Wolfpack, and an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by West Brunswick's number 9, Jordan McCall. Fireworks early in Whiteville, North Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think both teams, have had a week to kind of, sulk about things and be upset about inauspicious beginnings for both squads last week. So a terrific opening drive by the Wolfpack, and then a special team answer by McCall with the 90-yard kickoff return for the score.
So, Jay, you mentioned Peanut McCray earlier and how the Trojans just kind of expecting him to blossom and waiting on him to blossom. The same could be said the last couple of years for Mr. McCall. And we saw him make a play in the Jamboree, picked off a pass against Pinecrest, and, man, it was an impressive individual play. And that kickoff return right there, that's just something we have not seen yet from McCall, but we've always known he was capable of it.
But he has that kind of potential.
He does.
That kind of athletic ability. I remember in basketball season last year, he went from like one end of the court to the other to steal a dribble from somebody. I still don't know how he did it, but he did it.
A short kick by Hamrick, and they do bring down the ball carrier at the 43-yard line, but more good starting field position for the Whiteville Wolfpack. So 7-7, 10:08 left in the opening quarter.
Sam, a couple young guys in on special teams for West that time. 33, Deshaun Fullwood's a junior, and 44, Jacob Rumsey, just a 10th grader, but that's the second or third time tonight he's been in on a stop.
So, Jay, let's watch this possession and see how the Trojans do getting lined up on defense. So that was another 6-yard gain on first down. The Trojans just trying to find some kind of answer. So, Jay, watch Whiteville get on the ball, and let's see if the Trojans get lined up on time on the defensive side. Looks like Whiteville's ready to snap it, and Trojans are still shuffling around trying to get ready for the snap, and that's going to be an offsides penalty. Maybe that time they got lined up and ready too quickly as they jumped off sides. I believe that was Bellamy.
78.
Oh, excuse me, Isaiah Fullwood, who jumped into the neutral zone.
That's a pretty big jump for Fullwood when he goes. He's a big kid. 260.
First and 10 on the West 46. There's Todd, the fullback, rumbling to the 41-yard line, a gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Wolfpack.
64, Trey Stiegel, one of a couple white shirt Trojans in on that stop.
Mr. Stegall starting on the defensive line. Whiteville, Luke Odom rolls out, thought about throwing it. He tucks it and runs, and he picks up 10 yards, which is more than enough for a Wolfpack first down. 1st and 10 for Whiteville at the 31-yard line of the Trojans.
Luke is a 5'10", 150-pound junior quarterback, 7 for 14 through the air last week, 102 yards passing in that defeat at North Brunswick.
Big old hole to run through. Runner still on his feet, maybe cost himself 3 or 4 yards trying to reverse field there, but an effective run all the way inside the 25-yard line of the Trojans at the 24, a gain of 7. It'll set up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Tristan Williams got a little ride that time, right, to wrestle the ball carrier to the ground.
There's Todd. And, Jay, that was far and away the best defensive play of the game for West Brunswick. Jay, we got a flag down right about where the ball carrier ended up. Maybe in the area of a face mask, but impossible to tell from up here, so we'll wait on the call from the White Hat. It's a holding penalty against the Wolfpack. So, Jay, if the foul was at the 22-yard line, the referees are going to mark off 10 yards. It'll take Whiteville back all the way to the 33-yard line. It will replay the down. So a 2nd and 12 from the 33-yard line coming up for the Pack.
Yeah, pretty sure JP did not agree, nor did he like that call.
So Whiteville with a hard count, and then Odom looks to the sideline for the play. Hands it off to Todd, the fullback. West had a man there but couldn't bring him down. He outruns McCall to the edge, and he's finally brought down at the 9-yard line. A gain of 24 yards and another Wolfpack first down.
Boy, JT Todd having a great first quarter here. The 5'11", 175-pound junior fullback, linebacker, and that's just some fine running, Sam. He felt the pressure and got to the outside.
So Whiteville back on the ball quickly. 1st and goal from the 9. It's Todd again. This time he was hit hard by 68, Jay. That is Mr. Jamal Marlowe. Brought down the ball carrier at the 8-yard line. So Todd picks up 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, maybe the best defensive play by West all evening is to hold this guy to a yard.
Todd running hard as number 12, DJ Shipman, checks into the game at tight end. Odom under center. Handoff to Best around the left side. Jay just walked in.
Wow.
I mean, just zero resistance by the West Brunswick defense. And the Wolfpack have surged back ahead 13-7 with 7:07 left in the opening frame. Amari Best with an 8-yard touchdown run. Whiteville's 2nd score of the first quarter.
Let's watch it again. 5, good block by 57 for Whiteville, C.J. Batten. But Best is a tough hombre to bring down. 6 foot, 175, only 11th grader. Point after is good. Sam, visually we got a little bit of a problem here tonight. As you see the Whiteville cheerleaders, who is the kicker for Whiteville? Have you been able to identify? Can't see the.
I'm looking for it, partner, on the roster. Bryce Wheatley.
I don't know. I can't see through the mesh to see every time he kicks. But
I believe it's 45 Bryce Wheatley.
And if that's the case, he's a 9th grader and been pretty solid here tonight on 2-point afters.
Yeah, I'll try to get a better visual for you on this kick.
It's Best touchdown run that time. Sam, how long was that, you think?
Jay, pardon me really quick. 34, Grayson Creech. He's a junior. 34, Grayson Creech.
Cool name.
It was Best on the touchdown run from 8 yards out.
Got it.
So 1 touchdown run for Todd, 1 touchdown run for Best, and a kickoff return touchdown for the Trojans and senior DB Jordan McCall. This time, Whiteville puts it on the ground. There's Cobb who got that one, and he's going to have no such luck as he was dropped hard at about the 27-yard line. And, Jay, this is the first chance we'll get to take a peek at the Trojan offense.
Yeah, 5 minutes into the game before the offense gets on the field. They've obviously scored already because of the special teams play by McCall, but let's see what Peanut can do. He's got some gifted players out there. J.J. Cobb,
Kavon Daniels, and tailback.
Yeah, I mean, these are kids that can make plays happen and make big plays, especially Cobb. That speed, get the ball to Cobb.
Our first look at the Trojans offensively. They fake. Jay's gone. There. Oh, I thought I spoke too soon. A great tackle in the open field. Jay, number 3, Will Fisher, just saved a surefire touchdown with an open field tackle, a gain of 26 yards and a Trojan first down.
Yeah, let's watch it again.
Boy, that was a beautiful read right there by McCray. Put it in the belly of the tailback,
fake,
and then bam.
Slant over the middle. Cobb usually just runs to the races in, but as you said, Will Fisher, fine open field tackle.
Man, saved a definite touchdown there. Cobb had to beat one man, and Fisher was just in the perfect spot. So 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Wolfpack. This give is to Kevon Daniels. Now he's running through tackles. Boy, Maddox Ward just got the best of somebody from his offensive line position. Just pancaked the Whiteville defender. Jay, that was a gain of 13 yards and another Trojan first down.
Kevon Daniels is a description Sam likes to use. He's a stud.
A dude,
yeah. Over 1,200 yards rushing last year.
Just a beast of a tailback.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 34. Avery Clemens in motion. McCray rolls out. He's got a man. It's Cobb. He's inside the 20. Still on his feet. Fighting for yardage. Finally wrestled down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 20 yards and a West Brunswick first down. Jay, I'll ask you point blank. Who is going to budge first? Who's going to get a stop?
Wow, the way they're going, that may be the fundamental question to ask, right? As this game continues, I'm not sure, Lyndon Clemens that time from his left tackle position had a really nice block that allowed the pass to be completed.
Screen over to Daniels. Boy, Jay, it looked like he got hit about the 14, and somehow he ended up at the 6-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the 6 for the Trojans.
He's a baller, Sam, and just like Cobb, you want to figure out ways to get the ball to JJ. You want to do the same thing with Kevon. Now, Kevon's a little easier because he's standing right behind you. You can hand off to him, but if you can pass the ball to him and let him show that strength and his ability to make you miss, that's a good deal.
Oh, that ball's on the ground, partner. There's a fight for it. I think the Wolfpack have recovered. They have indeed. Javen McCray, the senior quarterback, loses the ball, and the Wolfpack recover at their own 20-yard line. What a turn of events that was. McCray pulled it out of the belly of Daniels, kept it, and then got contact, fumbled it, and the Wolfpack alertly jumped on it. Jay, there's the answer to our question. The Wolfpack will get the first stop.
Montrez Holland, junior linebacker, was the one who came up with the loose ball that time. A turnover. They hurt anybody. They've really hurt the Trojans so far this year.
Boy, Jay, I tell you what, even though Whiteville's offense has just kind of moved right through the West Brunswick defense, but 68 Jamal Marlowe has had a really good start tonight.
He has.
He's made about 3 or 4 plays already.
Yeah, and you wonder at some point, do the Trojans kind of get a little more of a comfort feel for the wing T? That's that kid, that sophomore Rumsey.
Jacob Rumsey brought down the ball carrier. For Whiteville, that was 21. Cameron
McKeven, maybe?
My best guess. McAvane, we're told in the press box.
Oh.
This time, J.T. Todd is slung down by number 10, JoJo Hamrick, from his safety position.
The kicker's making tackles. How about that? Yeah, JoJo Hamrick, much more than a kicker. Good all-around football player.
So 2nd and 10, no gain on that play from Todd. Odom back under center. Boy, Whiteville just moving quickly with the ball. There's Hamrick again, or Rumsey rather, again on the tackle, but not before a gain of about 8 yards, and Whiteville facing a 3rd and 2 here from its own 43-yard line. Whiteville needs to get just shy of their own 45 for a first down.
Some help that time by Deshaun Fullwood, junior linebacker, 33, been active here tonight.
So 3rd and 2. I think this is the first time West has forced Whiteville into a 3rd down, and they get it with ease. Falk just banging off tacklers, knocked down the referee in the process. Finally brought down by Michael Simpson, but a gain of about 6 yards and a Wolfpack first down out to the 49.
Yeah, you just don't expect 5'10", 250-pound, running backs, but that's what you get with the big guy, Jamal Falk.
Just
he didn't need a hole. Yeah, wow. And got the official pretty good, too, and were it not for Michael Simpson, he may be still rumbling.
Still on his feet. Hamrick missed the tackle. Amari Best inside the 20. Makes a man miss. Touchdown. Wolfpack. 51 yards to the house for number 5. Amari Best, the junior back with a 51-yard score, puts the Pack in front. 20-7. 2:44 left in the opening quarter.
How many points did they get last week? 15? And how many points do they have already tonight?
More than that.
20, pending the extra point. I'd say those discussions and practices this week, adjustments made perhaps, have paid off for J.P. Price and the Wolfpack right up to now.
So Whiteville on to try its 3rd extra point attempt of the night. Again, this is 34, Grayson Creech. His kick is up. His kick is good, and the Wolfpack have a 21-7 lead with a little more than 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Jay, how quickly a football game could change. West Brunswick 6 yards away from getting momentum back on the visitor side with what could have been a game-tying touchdown. Instead, Whiteville forces a fumble, picks it up, and goes 80 yards in 6 plays to take a commanding 21-7 lead.
Yeah, well, turnovers.
Well, maybe not a 21-7 lead yet. Partner, I think they're going to have to retry the point after attempt.
Oh, okay. Sam, good eyes in midseason form.
So this try will be from 5 yards deeper. Creech's kick is up. And he knocked it in, so 5 yards back, no problem for Grayson Creech. And now the Wolfpack have a 21-7 lead here at Legion Stadium on your Focus Broadband TV game of the week.
Sam, the Pack only gained 155 yards rushing in their entire game last week. My guess is they're approaching that number if they haven't already got by it. That was,
Jay,
52 yards there?
All rushing yards on the first 2 drives was about 115, and then they just covered 80 all on the ground on that drive, so they're over 200 right at 200 already.
So, I don't know what conclusions you draw from that. Golly day, we're still in the first quarter. But I would say either the Pack is just, going on all cylinders tonight and against a West Brunswick team that has struggled defensively, or, man, North Brunswick may be really good defensively, okay, to hold them to that fewer yards last week on the ground.
Another squib kick. West has got to pick it up. Daniels finally gets to it, trying to find room around the right end. He dances his way. Boy, Jay's still on his feet. Jay, he's still on his feet. How? I'll never know. Kevon Daniels, just an animal with the ball in his hands. Jay, there was about 6 different guys who had him dead to rights, and he ran through about 3 of them.
Yeah, and I guarantee you those guys that had the misfortune of bumping into him, probably a little sore in certain spots, That's what Kevon does. He has speed, but he will put that head down and run right over top of you if he needs to.
Yes, he will. So West Brunswick's offense back on the field, ball at the 50-yard line. Excellent starting field position. There's Cobb. Made one man miss near the sideline. Jay's still on his feet somehow. Finally brought down by number 10, Montrez Holland. But Cobb Jay, let's just say made chicken salad there and picked up 5 yards somehow.
Chicken soup out of chicken feathers for sure. And that's what Cobb can do. I mean, we talk a lot about, and rightfully so, his just electrifying speed, but he's strong. I mean, he can take some hits and very elusive, make some good cuts. That was a nice block that time by Daniels to allow him to get to the edge.
Oh, man, got his hands in the passing lane. Number 50, Gabe Young, the linebacker, got his hands on it, deflected it, and very nearly came up with Whiteville's second takeaway of the game as McCray's pass intended for Avery Clemens hits the turf and falls incomplete. So, Jay, not to overstate it as we're still in the first quarter, but on a 3rd and 5 play from the 45, the last thing the Trojans want to do is punt the ball back to the Whiteville offense.
That's a brilliant play that time by Young from his linebacker position, got back in coverage, got them arms up.
Daniels has got it, fighting for the first down yardage, and he's got it. Picks up, we'll call it 7 yards to the 38-yard line, maybe the 37-yard line of the Wolfpack, where it is a Trojans first down. Jay, that's that kind of fake sprint out counter play. You know, fake, we're rolling out right, hand it back and come left, and a lot of running room there. West blocked that well.
Looked like a 26 blast to me.
Cobb in the backfield, partner. Daniels has got it.
Jeez.
Fighting for yardage. Finally down at the 31-yard line of the Wolfpack, a gain of 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the Trojans. They need the, looks like the 32 for a first down.
Several Whiteville players in on that stop, among them Montrez Holland, to recover the fumble earlier on that set the stage for the 3rd Whiteville touchdown.
2nd and 4, ball is at the 32-yard line of the Wolfpack. Dylon Bellamy in the game at tailback. He sprints out. McCray makes a man miss. He's still on his feet, partner. Peanut McCray to the 10, 5, touchdown Trojans. A 32-yard scoring scamper from Peanut McCray. Trojans back in the game, 36 seconds left in the first quarter, and McCray's 32-yard touchdown run makes it a one-possession game. Whiteville 21, West Brunswick 13. Well, you like that if you're the Trojan faithful, partner?
Well, yeah, you like it a lot. Of course, the obvious, he got a touchdown, but the fact that they didn't lay down on the floor, right? They got a couple of punches, and they come right back down the field and score. So good effort that time by West offensively.
Hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. Jay, take us through this quarterback draw here.
Well, it's mostly McCray. Did have some blocking downfield. There's number 6, that's Jason Smith, but I kind of think Peanut could have got that one in there without even the fine block by Smith. So, again, a really good response by West Brunswick, trailing 21-7, the turnover. I mean, emotion and momentum had seemed to shift, as you were saying, Sam, and rightfully so. Who's going to get the first stop, right? Well, it was Whiteville, but West climbs off the canvas and right back in it now, 21-14.
So, Jay, the most pressing question for the Trojans is, how do they get a stop when the Wolfpack have the ball? You know, it's one thing to give up 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. It's another thing when you've just given no resistance. Whiteville's just easily scored all 3 times it's had the ball.
Yeah, I think the most alarming stat or observation you had was that they only had to use 3rd down 1 time.
Yep, have only been in a 3rd down situation once tonight. This time, Hamrick puts some leg into it, kicks it deep, and it's muffed back there by Amari Best. And Jay still, he's going to, now Amari Best might score. He's got 1 man to outrun. Woodard might catch him, and he does. A touchdown saving tackle. I believe that was number 20.
That's Woodard.
Tyreek Woodard, who chased Best down, but not before about an 80-yard kickoff return all the way down to the 15-yard line of the Trojans. And, boy, Jay, the defense and special teams have really let down West here in the opening 10 minutes.
Best is going to kind of bobble this ball a little bit, kind of a muff, but then
he just ran right through the middle.
Yeah, that allowed the coverage. I don't know where it was, but absent the defined effort by Woodard, that's a touchdown.
So first down snap, handoff to Todd. He's got running room. Brought down at about the 10-yard line, a gain of 5. And Jay, West Brunswick had a guy there, Dominique Vinca, number 30 there, and he just best beat him to the spot.
Big Mike Freeman from his tackle position, all 285 pounds. There's a hit, but still drags forward for 3 yards.
And, Jay, that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. And, boy, we had some highlights. 3 rushing touchdowns by the Whiteville Wolfpack, a pair of West Brunswick scores, including a kickoff return touchdown for Jordan McCall. You catch your breath. We're going to catch ours. Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week, Whiteville 21, West Brunswick 14. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. The Whiteville Wolfpack with another prime scoring opportunity. Whiteville has a 3rd and 2. The ball is at the 6-yard line of West Brunswick after Amari Best 80-yard kickoff return set the Wolfpack up with a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Trojans.
Sam, the big boy's in there, right?
Falk.
Yeah.
Jamal Falk in there at fullback. They're going to give it to him. He's going to have the first down.
Wow.
He runs right over a Trojan linebacker on his way there.
That's
that
Rumsey.
was Rumsey on the receiving end of that rumble and stumble by Falk.
Kudos for the 10th grader, Rumsey.
At least he stuck his nose in there.
He hung in there.
There's Falk again.
Oh, man. Unfair.
Just fighting his way toward the goal line. He's across the goal line for a Wolfpack touchdown. 3-yard scoring run by number 22, Jamal Falk, the 5'10", 250-pound bruiser, rumbles his way through the line and across the goal line for a Wolfpack touchdown. Creech on for the point after try.
There he is right there, Sam. That is one
Look
big
at
man.
that child. Woo! I wouldn't call him a child to his face, just so y'all know. Creech caught that one a little fat, but plenty good enough, plenty of distance for the point after try, and it's 28-14, Whiteville with 11:41 left before halftime. So Jay, West is now given up 84 points in 5 quarters, essentially.
Well,
averaging giving up about 16 a quarter, is that right? No, 18.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the year. That's a problem for sure. And you know, not only have they given up 4 touchdowns already here this evening, but they haven't thrown the ball yet, and they've looked sort of effortless in doing it. So far, West has not been able to solve the wing T riddle and make the necessary adjustments to kind of slow this Wolfpack machine right now.
And Jay, makes it even tougher when they get the ball at the 15, you know, to start the possession.
Well, yeah.
Jay, I got a feeling if West could score again, they're going to have to try and steal a possession somewhere with a surprise onside just a gamble, surely, but going to have to try and steal a possession somewhere in this one. Avery Clemens has got it. He's still on his feet across the 30, brought down at the 35-yard line where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
Now, on the other side of the coin, I guess, Sam, West Brunswick themselves have put 14 points on the board right now. One of those TDs was the kickoff return, but West has shown, as they do generally, the ability to move the ball. Have we had a punt here yet tonight?
We have not.
Okay.
6 touchdowns and a fumble by the Trojans.
Ooh,
a good play there by number 9, Kyan Gaines. The senior defensive end got his hand up and batted down the pass, which was attempted for Cobb.
Sam Gaines is a big kid, 6'4", 235 senior. That left defensive end position, and he really played that well. Got those arms up and deflected the pass. He's a lot bigger than Javen McCray, who's generously 6 foot.
That pass intended for Cobb, complete across the middle for a gain of 9 yards. So a 3rd and 1 coming up from the 44-yard line of West Brunswick.
Sam, you can say a lot of things. Cobb is not afraid.
No.
He will go over the middle.
Competitor.
And not that big a kid, 5'8" maybe, and not that heavy, but strong.
And Jay, maybe it's just a beautiful coincidence that his cleats are red and yellow because he runs like the Flash.
Yeah.
And Daniels runs like a bruiser, more like the Hulk. To stick with the superhero theme, he bulls his way across the 45 to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3 yards and a West Brunswick 1st down.
Yeah, I love it, Sam. When you come up with those Marvel names and DC names, Aaron's going to keep us honest here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who knows less about that stuff than I do. I know the Flash is fast and the Hulk is strong.
Yeah, and now there's a She-Hulk. She's a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Swing route to Daniels. He was hit right as he,
How did he get that
went
many
to go
yards?
upfield. Somehow he picked up 3 yards after he eluded the initial hit of number 50, Gabe Young, and picked up 3 yards.
How did he get 3
play.
yards out of that? He was hit 3 yards in the backfield.
Jay, the viewers surely want to know how the Tuscarora Titans are doing tonight. Jay's grandson, of course, Mike Nemus, a starting dog, safety / linebacker for the Titans. I understand he recovered a fumble already.
Yeah, they're up 6-zip, 4 minutes to go in the first half up in Leesburg, Virginia.
Way to go, Mike. Way to go, Tuscarora. Jay, here in Whiteville, North Carolina, the Wolfpack jump offside there and gift the Trojans 5 yards. So instead of a 2nd and 7, West will have a 2nd and 2 from the 45-yard line of the Wolfpack.
Fairly error-free game. I think that's only the 2nd penalty against Whiteville here this evening that I can remember. But
holding penalty and then that offsides, and then had one on the extra point.
That's
that
right.
Ended up not mattering, but yeah, clean game, both teams. Speed sweep to J.J. Cobb, looking for running room. And Jay, it was a minimal gain, but on 2nd and 2, it was more than enough for a West Brunswick 1st down. Cobb picks up 5 yards, and the Trojans move the chains.
Yeah, Gannison on the stop that time, along with the big guy Falk and whoever really kind of held containment, forced J.J. Inside, did a good job for Whiteville.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Daniels pass. Oh, it's caught. Good catch there by Smith. Right, Jay? Number 6, Jason Smith. Yes, I can't want to call him Justin. Sorry, Jason. A good pitch and catch from Javen McCray to Jason Smith. And Jay, what I want to note is I can't believe we got 8:45 left here before halftime, and I haven't noticed this yet. Looks like Javen McCray's sporting 2 different colored cleats.
Whoa.
One lime green, one neon pinkish. Good look.
Peanut can do whatever he wants.
He fakes the speed sweep, keeps it, still on his feet,
Wow.
inside the 20-yard line, near the 15, dropped at the 17, but enough for a West Brunswick first down. And, Jay, there's a way Cobb can affect the game without even the ball in his hands. Everyone ran toward the speed sweep there to stop him. McCray kept it through the middle of the line and picked up 12, 13 yards for a first down.
Well, he can run. He's very mobile, and he can throw, and he's demonstrated a little of each here this evening. But, yeah, other than the fumble, Javen McCray's having a good – that's a bat down.
That was the linebacker, Gabe Young. That's his second deflection of the game, and then – number 9, Gaines had one as well. So 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line for West Brunswick. Trojans trailing by 14 points here with 8 minutes left before halftime.
Sam, don't you need and have to credit the Whiteville defensive coaching staff for teaching these kids to get their arms up in the air? That's
if
what
you
you
can't get to the quarterback,
third deflection.
Get your hands up in the passing lane.
That's right.
And that is the third deflection. Good call. One way to combat that is to sprint out right. That pass over the head of looked like 2 Trojans in the neighborhood there. One was Cobb. I believe the other was 13, Avery Clemens, but it falls incomplete. So, Jay, a big couple plays coming up here for West Brunswick. 3rd and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I wonder if on that play both Clemens and Cobb were supposed to be that close together. I doubt it, but, you know, things happen sometimes, and that was one of them.
3rd and 10 from the 17. We have a whistle on the field. I believe Whiteville wants a timeout. The Wolfpack's first timeout used of the first half. So with 7:57 left in the second quarter, Jay West faces a 3rd and 10 here, and trailing by 14, and have shown no real signs of stopping the Wolfpack.
How do you
get the sense this is a critical 2-play stretch.
How do you like those unis, Sam?
Of Whiteville?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love them.
Beautiful.
Man. Pack, right?
And look how long that pack is on Falk, number 22.
Yeah.
He makes that uniform look even better.
Yeah, that could be on the wheel of fortune, you know, if you had to fill in Jamal Falk pack, and there is the pack right there. Look at that wolf. Scary here in Whiteville tonight.
Boy, I bet that mascot hat is nice and warm. On this muggy night in southeastern North Carolina.
My daughter Heather in high school, who was a very good soccer player, but also was the school mascot.
Okay.
Louis the Lancer.
Whoa,
and that kid
Louis.
She had to wear, this garb, including a helmet that must have been 3 foot tall.
Like Huck in a football helmet.
Yeah, like
right?
Hucky in a football helmet. Yeah, you know.
Daniels has got it. Jay's got enough running room.
Yeah.
Across the goal line for a Trojan touchdown. How about that? On 3rd and 10 from the 17-yard line, the Trojans give it to Daniels, and he scores rather easily with 7:51 left in the second quarter. The Trojans back within striking distance. Look at this, Jay. I mean, he just had no contact until about 10 yards down the field, ran right through a safety, ran right through an arm tackle by Odom, and scored.
And Sam, I thought it was 68, Marlowe, but I'm not sure he plays offensive line, but somebody had a great block.
Hamrick's kick is up. It is good. So, boy, points, and more points. We have played just over 16 minutes here in the first half and have 49 combined points. 2 offensive touchdowns and a kick return touchdown by the Trojans. 4 rushing touchdowns by the Whiteville Wolfpack. Jay, you like offense? You like this one, huh?
Yeah. And I guess at this point, a little reminiscent of what happened to both these two teams last week. The Pack gave up 44 points to North Brunswick. The Trojans gave up 56 points to Carolina Forest. So we're not very far off of each of those run rates, and we've got oodles of time to play here in the second period.
7:51 left before the break. Whiteville leads West Brunswick by 7. Jay, on the touchdown run there was a double team combo block by Maddox Ward and Weston Sharp that sprung Kavon Daniels for a 17-yard touchdown. Oh, it's on the ground. It's on the ground. I think the Trojans recovered. I think they might have stole the possession. Nope, Whiteville recovered it.
Wow, they came.
Oh.
Well, no? Yeah.
Yep, number
Nope.
50.
Yep.
Yeah, Whiteville ball.
Maybe.
Whiteville ball, number 55, Desmond Marlowe somehow got to it in between two Trojans. And Whiteville takes over 1st and 10 at its own, about on 48-yard line.
Sam, is that one you said earlier? You know, maybe the Trojans got to steal one or
except
something.
I don't think that was on purpose.
I don't think so either.
I think it just hit an up back and gave the Trojans a chance. But whatever it takes, right?
Jeez,
man, oh man. Just mowing through the Trojan defense. Another 8 yards on 1st down. And Jay, I thought it was an interesting point you made earlier. They're not doing anything, that should catch them by surprise, right? It's just some pretty basic, normal wing tee, fullback dives and off tackle plays, and they're just getting 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 yards a clip.
On that play before, shout out to, was it Jabari Cumbie, I think, maybe? He was only a freshman. That's what caught my eye.
Speed sweep around the left side, all kinds of running room. Woodard backing up, trying to bring him down, and does he before the goal line? It is a touchdown, and we got a flag down at about the 7-yard line. So if the penalty's on the Trojans, the result of the play will stand. It was a touchdown. Was it a horse collar there at the end of the run?
Oh, this is McAveen on the run, and I'm not sure. I think that penalty was probably not there, but somewhere else on the field.
Face mask penalty against the Trojans. Jay, I believe that will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. Result of the play again stands. A touchdown, Wolfpack. Whiteville leads 34-21. 6:56 left before halftime.
That was number 21, the sophomore linebacker running back, Cameron McCavian on that one, and the point after by Creech is good.
Creech knocks it in, 35-21 Wolfpack. So Whiteville has had 5 offensive possessions and scored 5 touchdowns, all on the ground, like my partner expertly stated. McAveen on the touchdown run that time. And, boy, Jay, 56 combined points. And we've played 17 minutes and 4 seconds.
Sam, back to your point earlier before, it appears that Whiteville's not doing anything really crazy or
extravagant.
It's just, as you said, the good stuff, right? I mean, they're just executing well. They're running the ball well. It reminds me of my favorite country song right now, 5'9", and they say something about, Jack makes good whiskey, but God makes the good stuff. And tonight, Whiteville is making the good stuff and making it really difficult for West Brunswick, although the Trojans only down 2 scores.
I mean, Jay, you think you score 21 points you got 21 points and there's still 7 minutes left before halftime. You got to, feel good about your chances. Well, not so much tonight. You're down by 14.
Yeah, I think last week, golly, that game for West up at Carolina, or down at Carolina Forest, got away from them quick.
And the 15-yard face mask penalty was marked off on the kickoff, so Creech bangs it through the end zone for a touchback, and the Trojans will have to go 80 yards here if they're going to once again pull within a score.
And Sam, that's probably the worst field position that West has had this evening to start a drive. Both teams.
Yeah, by easily.
Yeah. So let's see what Coach Pardue and staff can come up with.
Oh, ball's on the ground. And McCray wisely just dives on it. But a huge loss of yardage. Jay, I believe that's a loss of 11 yards back to the 9-yard line, where it will be a 2nd and 21 for the Trojans.
Well, it's not a turnover, but holy moly, it's a huge mistake. You give up yards like that in the side of the field that you won. You know what, Sam? Probably worth a look. 22 Falk, 250 lined up over 55 Weston Sharp at maybe 215.
And now it's Whiteville's turn to check in on defense as they bring down Kavon Daniels after a gain of only 1 yard out to the 10-yard line to set up a 3rd and 20. And West backed up all the way at their own 10-yard line. Not a whole lot in the playbook for this one, partner.
Maybe 5 Whiteville tacklers in on Daniels that time.
And they need every one of them tackling him.
Yeah, they do.
He's hard to bring down. Throwback screen. Daniels has got, Jay, they got to play here, partner. He's got one man to beat for a first down. He does just that. Daniels still on his feet. Got to beat the safety, and he does.
Moly.
No flags on the field. A 90-yard touchdown on the throwback screen as McCray finds Kavon Daniels for a 90-yard scoring strike as the Trojans pull back within 8, 35-27. What a play.
And what a great call by the West offensive staff. This is just a great call. The ball fake, there's the step back screen. And now,
I mean, there was
Daniels,
no one except right there with a real chance to tackle.
Who was that on the block? Oh,
Smith.
what a great block. And
great block down the field.
Love it. Boy, Caleb been going to like that.
That extra point attempt is up. No good. Jay, so the first missed extra point attempt of the night. Circle that one with 5:24 left before halftime. So now West Brunswick's deficit is 8 points. Trojans trail 35-27 to the Whiteville Wolfpack on your Focus Broadband TV game of the week. Man, I can't imagine how exhausted the players must be. I'm sweating bullets, man. We're still midway through the second quarter.
Absolutely. Points galore here this evening in Whiteville. And boy, that was, gosh, you saw so many good things. You know, we were talking about good stuff earlier. There was some good stuff by the Trojans that time. The beautiful block downfield by Smith. And then you saw a little bit of what Daniels can do. He ran over one would-be tackler, and then he ran away from another one. So that's Kavon in a nutshell. What an answer for West. And, again, despite all the things going on, seeming like an all Whiteville show tonight, West only down by 8 points.
Jay, as a player told my dad once years ago, he's got speed and juke.
Yeah.
He can run, he can make you miss, he can run through you.
And you know what? He's a pretty darn nice guy to talk to, too.
He is indeed. That kickoff attempt rolls out of bounds, and Jay, the way West has covered kicks at times, that might not be the worst result.
Well, yeah, and maybe that's why they're kind of just not letting.
I mean, the 35 would be Whiteville, maybe their worst starting field position of the night.
Yeah, JoJo.
Why not kick it straight out of bounds?
I mean, clearly Hammer can kick the ball further than that, but
you still got to cover it.
That's a tactical decision on the part of West to go with the short kicks tonight. Gosh,
so another chance for the West Brunswick defense.
Man, that's a lot of blue shirts in one spot.
I mean, Amari Best just all the way down the field. Woodard barely got a hand on him. And Best with a 65-yard scoring run, 41-27. Boy, Jay, the Trojans just have no prayer at stopping the Whiteville Wolfpack right now. No, it feels like zero chance. I mean, just no resistance. I mean, did Best get touched?
Not yet.
Still no. Let's see if Woodard ever got a hand on him.
Tyreek just
He
kind of
never really made a effort to tackle him.
Yeah, he didn't get in front of him, and then he took that little juke, and the rest is history. So not a very good defensive possession that time for West Brunswick, and, of course, an excellent one for the Pack, and that's going to be something.
Garrett Powell into the neutral zone a little early.
Look who's coming into the game, Sam. 22. I don't think we're going to kick this one. We're being the Wolfpack. Sam, how much you want to bet that 2-2 ends up with this one?
I would not bet against that.
Or maybe a fake and the quarterback keeps it? I don't know.
A little boot.
Nah,
Nope.
Nah, no.
And, again, nobody laid a finger on him. As Falk scores the 2-point try easily, and suddenly the lead has ballooned to 16 points, Whiteville's biggest advantage of the night. So, Jay, one more Whiteville score and a made extra point would give them 50 before halftime.
And with 5:13 to go, they got a shot at getting the ball back. You know, West Brunswick, as we saw the Whiteville cheerleaders with a lot of things to cheer about. The West has it's not been these long sustained drives on the part of the Trojans, has it? Now there's a cheerleader. Mike Hobbs, the principal here at Whiteville, and showing he got the Hawaiian moves there.
Principal Hobbs
Ronnie.
has got the moves.
Dude, you got some game there, pal.
How about that?
Aaron,
I believe he used
was
to
your
coach
coach?
or teacher coach, production manager Aaron Varnum at Hoggard High School.
Wow.
Was he on the football staff there? He was. So Cobb fields that one cleanly, kind of fielded it on the short hop. He's still on his feet across the 40-yard line at the 42, so about a 33-yard return by J.J. Cobb. The Trojans have pretty good starting field position. And with 5:05 left, yes, folks, your screen is correct. There's 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter, and Whiteville leads 43-27. There have been
70 points.
70 points scored in this ball game in
night, nurse.
about 19 minutes of game action.
Unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh, it's the Jamboree all over again,
Yes,
Jay
it
Bird. Is that a new running back? That didn't look like Daniels. Oh, that was Dylon Bellamy. Okay. Wallace Rose Hill with an emphatic Week 1 victory over East Bladen, 60-0. And glad our production manager dropped that nugget, because next week the Whiteville Wolfpack will travel to Elizabethtown to take on East Bladen. At East Bladen next week for the Wolfpack, which a lot of football left to play in this one. Bellamy's got the handoff. Had that ball up pretty high there, but held on to it and got to the 48-yard line for a West Brunswick first down.
That tackle that time was by the quarterback, Luke Oldham, and I think he got Bellamy up in the air.
Jay, I might be talking a little crazy here, but I cannot help but wonder if maybe Bellamy is spelling Daniels on this drive, and maybe Daniels is going to go play some defense.
Well, maybe, or maybe he's just tired after that 90-yard touchdown run and pass.
And he didn't have a long time to catch his breath as Whiteville scored on his very next play. Timeout offense. So offensive coordinator Scott Loosemore and head coach Caleb Pardue want a timeout before this 1st and 10 snap. Exactly 4 minutes left before halftime. And, Jay, what you can see of it from your vantage point, how about that new scoreboard, partner?
Well,
man, that thing is sharp.
It's beautiful, no question about it. And I think this is the inaugural game for it, I believe. And man, you wouldn't know it the way they're operating it. They got a lot of people up here that are really watching and helping, and I'm sitting next to a young man who's doing a tremendous job of changing what they're seeing on the board. But
yeah, we're gonna get this young man's name.
He's the MVP.
One more time, young man. Will Souls running the big video scoreboard for the Wolfpack. And Jay, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like maybe they got a representative from the company that maybe put up the board who's kind of offering a tutorial, in-game tutorial. So Whiteville's got it going on tonight, but nobody more so than Mr. Will Souls up here.
Come on, Brunswick County. Come on, Brunswick County. Put some of them boards up there.
Oh, he found a man open, completed it to number 40, Aiden Brown, but Brown had to go to the turf to make the catch. Did pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 7 from the 45-yard line of the Wolfpack.
Oh, that was better than what Peanut thought was going to happen, which was
2 men right in his face. Oh, here comes Daniels.
Yeah, I think he needed a rest, Sam. And you're right. We may see him playing some D, but
I was just spitballing
were
there.
You really?
He may not play a lick of defense. I have no clue. I just thinking out loud there. Speed option. Daniels made a great catch, ran through a couple tacklers, and Jay, I believe we're going to get a late hit on the Wolfpack tacked on to the end of that.
So
unless there was something going on the sideline other than that I could not see. The flag was thrown at about the 37-yard line. So we'll wait on the signal from the White Hat, and we'll see if I'm still rusty in early season form or if I got it right. Let's see here.
Saw Jason Smith clapping his hands. So
dead ball, personal foul, late hit against the Wolfpack. So Jay, instead of the ball being at the 37-yard line, I believe we're going to go to about the 22.
So that's a big gain, is it not,
yep.
Sam Hickman?
Boy, Jay, so from where the ball was snapped, it was about a gain of 20 yards with the run and 25 yards on about a 10-yard run and then tack on 15 to the end of it. So, Jay, here we go again. The Trojan offense is in business.
Well, that's those mistakes that just eat you alive in football.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 22. Cobb in motion. That give is to Kevon Daniels. And now they're going to get the Trojans for a hold, I do believe. It was in the neighborhood of holding.
57.
It was indeed.
57 Batten at the bottom of that pile that time. 5'10", 245, senior defensive tackle. And Sam, you're right, it's gonna walk it back some against West Brunswick.
So, Jay, penalties giveth and taketh away, right? The Trojans were the beneficiaries of a 15-yard personal foul penalty against Whiteville, but then a holding penalty on the next play from scrimmage backs up West all the way to the 32-yard line where it will be 1st and 20. Jay, if you're going to have those, though, you like them on 1st down where you still got 3 plays to make up all that yardage.
Spoken like the son and brother of a coach.
Deep ball.
Yeah.
Jay, I couldn't see it. Did Cobb catch it? He hauled it in. A 32-yard scoring strike from Javen McCray. A dime to J.J. Cobb. The offensive fireworks continue here at Legion Stadium. Now we've scored 76 points combined in the first half.
Crazy.
Jay, what a throw that was, though. On the run, just put it right on the number 7 of J.J. Cobb, who hauled it in for a score.
Yeah, and great concentration. Watch Cobb on this, Sam. It's a really nice throw, and look at Cobb.
Oh, what a throw. Man, what a great throw there. He put it right over the head of a defender, right over the shoulder of Cobb. 32 yards for the score. So, Jay, down 10 here. You going to send the point after team on, or are you going to try and get the 2-point conversion and make it an 8-point game?
Well, it looks like they're going to consider it, right? Too bad for West that they don't have a Jamal Falk like offensive linebacker that they can put in.
Well, Jay, they do. He just Kevon Daniels.
Well, yeah.
He's just the tailback.
Touche. 60 pounds lighter, but runs similarly.
I
That's
know.
right.
I know. Not the same as what you were
Put in
describing.
Maddox. Put in Maddox.
Maddox Ward, let him carry. There he is, folks.
There he is,
you just saw him right there, 77,
well,
running on.
280. Get him in there.
So Jay West is going to lead the offense on the field for this 2-point try.
Well, got some options out there. Clearly McRae can make things happen, and you got Daniels and, of course, Cobb. So a lot of different choices for West Brunswick, but let's see what they can do.
So West trying to make it a one-possession game. Kevon Daniels in motion. Oh, man, blindside sack. Number 9, Kyan Gaines with the sack. Keeps the Trojans off the scoreboard on the 2-point try. So Whiteville maintains a 10-point lead with 2:48 left before halftime. And Jay, it sounds nutty. I'll give it to you. It sounds crazy where we are in the game, but how this has transpired, I would absolutely positively kick an onside kick. I just think there's no downside.
Whether they go 80 yards
or 50.
Or 50.
I think there's no
downside.
The
end result going to be the same, so, get the ball back.
And that's the thought process, is you've shown no signs that you could stop them. So the only chance you guys to try and kick an onside kick, get a lucky bounce, and it's still a possession.
That one high school coach that coached at Presbyterian for a year, and then he got out. But he was the one that never punted.
Never punted.
He always did the onside kicks, always went forward on 4th down.
And Jay, look, the ball, oh, never mind, it fell off the tee. I thought he would set it up that way, but nope.
Maybe that's a sign of things to come, Sam Hickman.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
So 43-33, Whiteville leads West Brunswick. 2:48 left before halftime. A basketball game is broken out here at Legion Stadium near the campus of Whiteville High School. Jay, a nice contingent from Shallotte came here tonight.
Good crowd. There's a short kick, not an onside.
Oh, he got a chance. Nope, fielded cleanly. Here he comes across the field, still on his feet. Has one man to beat. Woodard brings him down at the 43-yard line of the Trojans. Jason Smith was also there on the tackle. A good return there by, I believe that was 24 Powell. Nalajim Powell.
The sophomore.
And we got to find out if our young friend here, Mr. Souls, is a student here at Whiteville High School.
I think he came down from Harvard.
What grade are you in, Mr. Will? 10th grader. Everything scoreboard operator, William Souls.
He's doing a phenomenal job. I mean, it's
I'm
hard
about to just give him my headset and let him call the.
It's hard for me to look at the monitor and not look at that darn board.
Listen, I'm just glad I don't have to run it. Look at that thing. Jeez. It looks complicated.
Will, do you get paid for this?
Unfortunately not. What about free concessions?
Credit or something?
Free entry to the games.
Oh, hey, well.
Okay.
Small victories.
Well, we had to pay, Sam, so I guess Will's got the right idea.
No, people would pay us to not come.
To not, yeah.
JT Todd on the handoff. Boy, well, that time West had a guy there. Garrett Powell with a nice tackle in the defensive backfield, but not before Todd picked up about 10, 11 yards on the 1st and 15 carry to set up a 2nd and 5 from the 37-yard line of the Trojans.
Yeah, Garrett Powell, just a 10th grader, but he got a lot of potential. Gosh darn.
Amari Best still on his feet, finally driven out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
That was Powell that kind of pushed him out of bounds that time, but they're being Whiteville, just kind of, Sam, going through the defense like there isn't any defense. Let's watch it again. Some good blocking at the line. Here's a little here and a little there, and then they finally push him out of bounds, does Garrett Powell.
Oh, look at there, Jay. The black shirt Trojan defense brings him down after a gain of about 4 yards on 1st down. That was 44. I believe Jacob Rumsey, Huge potential for this sophomore linebacker. 1:45 left before halftime. 2nd and 6 for Whiteville. Ball's at about the 10-yard line. Handoff. Oh, a good play. Rumsey had him, lost him there. He got down to the 6-yard line, about maybe 2 or 3 yards shy of the line to gain. And, Jay, here comes Falk.
Oh, Rumsey slowed him down enough for Marlowe to make the stop. But, hey, you're right. 44 Rumsey, only a 10th grader, going to be a good one.
Falk right through the hole, almost untouched, across the goal line for a touchdown, and Whiteville 1 point shy of the 50-point plateau in the first half. A minute and 11 seconds left before halftime, and Whiteville has a 49-33 lead, 82 points combined.
Look at Falk. You sure? Now, it's not Marshall Falk because he weren't that big, but there's another Falk that was a big guy.
Kevin Falk was a pass-catching running back for the New England Patriots for years.
Well, we're satisfied with watching Jamal because he's putting on a show.
Jay, they're going for 2 again after Garrett Powell jumped off sides on the extra point attempt. For the 2nd consecutive possession, Whiteville's going to bring the offense right back on the field and go for 2 again. You know what's better than 50 points? 51. Whiteville's going for 2.
And golly day, Sam, based on what we've seen for not quite 2 quarters, I don't know that anybody can stop him.
I mean, Jay, they're running like fullback dives, and nobody's ending up on the ground, which is just a rarity on those goal line situations where you got bodies banging, and I mean, no resistance.
What do you always tell me? Low man wins. Low man wins, I think, and not much low man so far in the West defense, and 51 points on the board with still, believe it or not, a minute 11 to play here in the 2nd quarter. And the fact is that West Brunswick offensively has 33 on the board, and a lot of those points happen quick, including, what was it, a 90-yard kickoff
throw.
return?
Well, yeah, a 90-yard kick return and a 90-yard pitch and catch from McCray to Daniels. Jay, here's something interesting. If West could score here before the break, the Trojans get the ball to start the 2nd half. So if you go score here, score again right after halftime, you're right back within 3-4 points of the Wolfpack.
I know. It seems like down 51-33, that's a huge hole to overcome, but maybe not.
And, I mean, Jay, if we're being honest, the Wolfpack haven't showed many signs of stopping the Trojans either. Clemens went and chased down that kickoff and was brought down at the 30-yard line. So West will have to go 70 yards in 1 minute and 4 seconds, which they've proven capable of doing. The Trojans desperately need a score here before the break.
Yeah, not only to, narrow the margin, but I just think for their confidence, Sam, because they have, correct me if I'm wrong, you're so good at this. I don't think Whiteville's punted in the first half. I think they've scored on every possession.
Oh, they have. Yep. I think they've been in 2 third-down situations all night, and they were both 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 plays. No punts in this game tonight so far. A throwback screen again.
Wow.
This time Daniels caught it.
Wow.
And was slung to the turf. And, Jay, he was tackled in bounds, so the game clock is going to continue to roll.
And how close was number 11, Hammonds, to intercepting that ball that time? And had he, it's another touchdown for Whiteville.
So, Jay, I don't really understand the lack of sense of urgency here right before halftime. West doesn't have any timeouts, but about 20 seconds have ticked off the clock since Daniels was tackled here, and now sideline infraction against the Trojans. Now, I believe the first is a warning. 23 seconds left before halftime.
Well, Sam, this is at least score-wise, this is kind of like 7-on-7, isn't it? What
So-
they're doing for play in the
So
summer.
my father just texted me and said, looks like Texas six-man football.
Yogi's right. Oh, there's a hit. Hello.
And a flag on the play. I think they're going to get the Trojans for holding.
Yeah, 5 and 9 that time. Gannis, who's played a pretty darn good game here this evening, Sam. And was it Bested on that tackle that time too? I don't know. I think it was. And a penalty on West Brunswick.
Yep, with exactly 10 seconds left before halftime.
I almost think I'd just take a knee.
Now I would.
Yeah.
But not 1st and 10 from the 30
Oh,
with
no,
a minute
no,
and 14 left.
Last thing West wants to do now is a turnover. And
So the penalty was declined. And, Jay, maybe West snaps it one more time? They are going to. They're going to just give it to Daniels, and he rumbles across the 30 to about the 34-yard line, a gain of about 6 yards, and that will be the final play of the first half. A difficult one for the Trojans defensively as the host Whiteville Wolfpack have a 51-33 lead here at the halftime break on your Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week. Kona Ice getting served at Whiteville High School on a muggy night in southeastern North Carolina. Got some scores to report from around the region. East Bladen leads South Columbus 21-7 midway through the third quarter in Tabor City. South Brunswick up 37-36 on midway. And, of course, here at Whiteville, the Wolfpack scored 51 points in the first half, and West Brunswick had a great offensive showing as well, putting up 33 points in the opening 24 minutes. Jay, what do you say at this point? 51-33 at halftime, 84 combined points between these two squads.
So I've been doing this longer than, I should have. And I don't ever recall something like this in one half of play. Remember, folks, they're only playing 24 minutes, right? 2 quarters of high school football is 24 minutes of play time. And to put up this many points.
There's been about 4 points per minute.
Yeah, 80. Is that what
roughly.
I don't know, man. Usually you and I can, push a button and we can talk. But this one,
Jay, I've never seen a team score 50-plus points in a half.
Nor have I. And not only did they score that way, but, every possession. And there wasn't a return, an interception return or, gosh.
Avery Clemens makes the grab, and he's down just shy of the 45-yard line of the Trojans, a gain of 19 yards and a West Brunswick first down. So, Jay, interesting to note, Whiteville scored 51 points and did not have a single pass attempt.
No.
Not one.
All on the ground. Clemens caught that ball. Sam, he's a pretty good possession receiver, and I'm not sure they get the ball to him as much as –
man.
Who's that? You know who that is.
Falk just drilled Kavon Daniels.
And
he's
a
still
little
down.
slow getting up. Now, Daniels is, I think, listed at 190 maybe. I don't know, 200. 6'0", 197. And Falk is listed at 5'10", 250. Yeah, that stung for sure.
Good to see him.
And he's running
hobbling off the field.
That's good. That's good.
I think
tough kid.
Falk put his helmet right in about his thigh or just above his knee there. Dylon Bellamy checked into the game at running back, but Daniels lost 3 yards on the carry, so it'll be 2nd and 13 from the 40-yard line of the Trojans.
I don't know if he's cramping up or not, but every right to be after taking that blow from Jamal Falk.
11-10 almost left in the deep ball to Smith. Kind of a 50-50 ball broken up down the field by
Will Fisher.
Number 3, Will Fisher. Jay, I don't know if we could get another look at that, but at the bottom of your screen, he had J.J. Cobb on kind of a just kind of leaked out as kind of a probably emergency option. And if he could have just turned to the right and thrown it to Cobb, he had a one-on-one. And the whole side of the field was open.
That's a win for Cobb if he gets like that. So I like we'll call it a leak out. I like that.
3rd and 13. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. That's motion.
And, look at the West kids coming back to the line of scrimmage.
A little defeated, partner. Or a lot defeated.
Well, yeah, even though, as crazy as it sounds, they're certainly far from being out of this game. But, boy, it's hot. It's humid. They have not been able to stop Whiteville and on offense, and now their offense, which has been 33 points and a half. Gosh.
Jay, this is interesting. Now they're walking toward the Whiteville way.
Really?
Like they're going to call it against. Oh, yeah, they called it against Whiteville.
What was the call?
I thought
Sam?
It was motion. I don't really see it.
Did not. Well, I'll tell you what. Coach Price wants to have a little talk, a little explanation.
Yeah, Jay, I'm at a total loss here. Everybody, even the Trojans were walking back. but then it was called against the Wolfpack.
Oh, look at JP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nah, he's okay. He's okay. His daddy was a good coach, wasn't he, Sam?
He was a great coach, and he's here tonight. I saw Coach Price earlier before the game. 3rd and 8, give to Bellamy, still on his feet, wrestled down right at the 50-yard line. So, Jay, I don't even think you even think about this one, do you? On 4th and 3, you've got to go for it, right?
Well, they would break the string of, no punts. So, yeah, go for it. I know they probably like to have Kavan in there, but he's getting a little rest on the side. But Bellamy can bust one.
Yeah, you might try a hard count, see if you can get a free one.
Well, I think Peanut should keep it.
Oh, and he ran into his own man. Not going to get there.
I don't know if that was a designed pass play or not, Sam, but it was doomed from beginning, wasn't it?
Totally busted play. Bellamy and McCray ran into each other, and McCray was well shy of the line to gain, so a turnover on downs. Really the first defensive stop of the night. Was there a flag, Jay?
Well, they're still kind of sorting it out here. Good-looking shot of the officials. Boy, Nathan Evers right on the money. Jake the Snake up there running cameras.
Oh, Jay,
like
no, I
never
think
been
Whiteville's
run.
offense is now coming off the field.
Wow, Sam.
A face mask penalty.
Oh, gosh, did West get a
Wow. Wow, what a break for the Trojans.
Yeah.
What a break for the Trojans.
break? Yep. Couldn't have said it any better, Sam. Pretty good break for West Brunswick, and gosh, they need a break or two here, huh? They really need to break one.
It was only of the 5-yard variety, but Jay, that was just enough. That was just the yardage that West needed for a first down. So 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of the Wolfpack. Bellamy still on his feet in the middle of the field. Finally drilled down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 16 yards, a West Brunswick first down, and we got a Wolfpack linebacker down on the field. It was 24 Powell down. Now he's up.
He's coming off a little gingerly, as you can see there in the bottom of your picture, but Aaron, our producer-director, whispered something. In fact, I think he just said it out loud. That was probably the play they tried to run when they ran into each other. They dodged that bullet because of the face mask penalty, and they successfully ran it second time for a first down.
So 1st and 10, ball's at the 30-yard line of the Wolfpack. West trying to claw its way back in this game.
Now we're going to change balls, Sam.
So you use your own balls on offense, and I think West had a Whiteville football on the field.
Well, I don't know. After that last play, maybe they should keep it.
16
sure.
yards. Good luck.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 30. McCray in the shotgun. Jordan McCall on a corner route, but it falls to the turf. Incomplete, where it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30. Yeah, Daniels coming back in, partner.
Sorry, Sam. McCray hung in there that time and had a lot of pressure, and pass was just a little off. McCray was open. McCall was open. I'm sorry.
So, Jay, I got word on the penalty that where we all thought it was motion against West Brunswick back there, but they ended up being called in Whiteville. They called the defense for simulating a snap, where like a defensive lineman will say like, hut, and it causes the offense to flinch or, something to that effect. There goes Daniels inside the 25 to about the 22 or 23-yard line, a gain of 6 or 7. West about 3 yards shy of the line of gain. And, Jay, I think this has been like the longest sustained drive of the night for either team.
They snap the ball. They're going to have too many players on the field.
Which side?
Whiteville.
So I think Whiteville got a timeout before the before the flag was thrown. So Whiteville uses the first of its 3 second-half timeouts before a 3rd and 3 play for the Trojans from the 22-yard line of the Wolfpack. Jay, again, the viewers want to know the Tuscarora Titans lead courtesy a Mike Nemes, Jay's grandson, returning a kick 98 yards for a Tusky touchdown. How about this? A Tusky Titan touchdown.
That's what they say about a TTTD.
So Jay, my parents tell me that grandparenthood is just incredibly awesome and better even than being a parent. Your thoughts?
Sam, it's not even a race. It's not even a race. I mean, grandchildren are so much better than your own children.
Is Heather
you included?
Is Heather chopped liver now? Is it all about Mike and B and the grands?
We're blessed to have 6 of them, and yeah, every one of them I'll take over the ones that that we are responsible for. But no, it's your mom and dad are right, and we're blessed. And I don't know what the score of that game is. This is why my daughter, she's not doing her job. I ask her, what's the score, and she has not reported back.
First down and more. J.J. Cobb across the goal line for a West Brunswick touchdown.
Late hit.
And, Jay, they're going to get Lyndon Clemens for a late hit.
I think so, yeah.
That was after the play. So, Jay, my question would be, does the touchdown stand or is it marked off? Does it negate the result of the play?
Well, if Caleb's got anything to say about it, it won't. He was in the end zone. He had scored, I think, and then got the hit out of bounds, I believe. Maybe not, Sam.
Yeah, J.J. Cobb is either he's still down or he's waiting in line for some Kona ice over there.
Well, they ought to, move him up to the front of the line.
Oh, Jay, and they did get the late hit over in the end zone. There's a flag laying down there, but then there's another one back about the 15 where Lyndon Clemens, I think, got whistled for an away from the ball foul against the Trojans. So a lot to sort out here. Jay's going to be all over it, folks. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I am. And there's Caleb Pardue talking to the officials right now, trying to get some clarification. And is Cobb still down? He's a little bit
Cobb
to the right of your picture there. Caleb's shaking his finger. And there you can see right in front of the ice, whatever that is, Kona ice. Now they're pulling that leg, Sam, which isn't that sometimes like a cramp, which would be
and
easily
Jay, it looked
understood.
like he came up hobbling near the end zone, like he just barely hobbled across the goal line.
Maybe a cramp,
and then got hit. So we've got a personal foul against each team. We've got 2 penalties on the play. One against Whiteville for the late hit, and then one against West Brunswick's Lyndon Clemens well away from the ball.
The referee's talking to J.P. Price. He had a conversation with Coach Pardue before, so we'll just have to wait and see how they settle this out. I don't think there's going to be a score.
Yeah, Jay, wouldn't those – well, J.J. Hamrick's on the field, though, with the extra point team.
Oh, maybe he is. Okay.
And now Javen McCrae's exiting the field as Cobb's being helped.
Somebody got thrown out of the
sideline by the chaplain.
I think somebody got thrown out of the game, Sam. He went like this.
Oh, an ejection.
Maybe. Okay, there's J.J. getting some help.
55 for Whiteville. Came walking off the field. I think it's 55. Maybe 65. I can't tell.
Maybe we get a shot down
there. So, Jay, it's going to be an extra point.
Okay. So
Hamrick's on the field. He's got the kicking block in his hand. So it's 51-39.
Okay, so that is a McCrae to Cobb. How far was the TD pass? Was it, Sam? Did you catch it? It's
It
been
was
so long
a
ago, we forgot.
23-yard touchdown pass from McCray to Cobb.
And now what we do? We're moving the point after back.
So, Jay, the extra point attempt is going to be from the 15 instead of the 10.
So that's a 25-yard point after. Hamrick's got that range.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. The kick is good, so Hamrick knocks it in. And, Jay, I guess game on, partner. Whiteville 51, West Brunswick 40. Amazingly, the Trojans still right there in this one, but the question remains for the Trojans, one, the health of J.J. Cobb, who's up and walking on the West Brunswick sideline, which is a great sign, and two, can the Trojan defense come up with a stop?
Coach Pardue still not too happy, I would say, judging from body movement and he's such a nice man.
He is.
Isn't he a really humble, just a real gentleman? He was supposed to speak at our church's Methodist men meeting. My buddy Jim Wallace, who sets that up for United Methodist Men at camp, and the day of the meeting, he called Jim and he said, Coach Wallace, I'm sorry I can't make it. Jim said, oh, I'm so sorry. What's the issue? And he said, my wife's having a baby. and Jim said, no issue, Caleb. You be with your wife. He was. And congratulations to the Pardues for a beautiful baby.
So, Jay, now West has to kick from the 20-yard line after a personal foul penalty against the Trojans on the touchdown play. So Whiteville going to get to start this one from near midfield, if not much closer.
Sam, why did they penalize them on the point after then? Is that like a double penalty or something?
Jay, I'm just confused. I thought the two personal fouls, if they were live ball, would offset. And they would have to replay the down, but I guess they called them both dead ball penalties. Well, yeah, after the play, but I don't understand. The yardage was marked off against West, but never for Whiteville. So they're moving them back even further.
Wow. Look, they've, geez, Whiteville.
And I think I saw at one point during all that, West got another sideline infraction, and that would have been the second one of the game. So maybe they marked off that one.
They could have
as well.
That very well could be. I mean, listen, would you expect anything else?
Yep, this is a weird one.
On this Friday evening in Whiteville?
This is a weird one.
Yeah.
Jay, I think kicking from back here, don't you tell Hammer to kick it as far as he can?
I wouldn't, none of those little, squib kicks or short kicks.
I mean, if they do that pooch kick, Whiteville's going to start this drive from near the 20.
If they don't kick it soon, we're going to melt. Jeez.
Yeah, this is a total mess.
And the first half alone, Sam, how long?
Hour and a
half?
Yep.
Jeez, you flip. Still 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Oh, I think we're going to get a kickoff. Finally, JoJo Hammer handling the kicking duties. End over end kick, fielded cleanly at the Whiteville 47-yard line. Smith misses him. West does have him leveraged and brings him down about the 42. And Jay, from where they're kicking from, that wasn't the worst result in the world for the Trojans. Best kick coverage of the night for West.
24 Gabe Abbott in on the special teams stop. As you see Coach Price talking to Nicotis Gordon, number 26. Yeah, Aaron just reminded us that a lot of kids are coming out with cramps, and we can believe it. Hot, humid night here in Columbus County.
Boy, West with a stop.
There you go.
Wow, big 78, Bellamy. And Whiteville now has a man who's slow to get up.
78 that time. Sam is Fullwood or Bellamy? I think it's Fullwood. Whoever. And I don't know if we'll see that one again or not, but that was one of those Dr. Mike, Aaron Varnum wrestling moves that are so famous now as part of our high school games of the week. Where is Dr. Mike tonight? I hope he's enjoying on assignment. He's a big man.
So Whiteville going to have a 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Somebody, I don't remember who it was, somebody asked me, he said, who in the world is that giant in the commercial? And I said, well, you must be talking about Sam Hickman. No, it ain't Sam. We know Sam, that big guy in the middle. I said, that's Dr. Maurer.
So, Jay, a very, very nice lady I work with. I'll bring this gym to you after Odom throws this pass. It hits the turf incomplete.
First pass of the night for White.
First pass attempt, yep. And why would you try the way they've been running the ball? But, Jay, a very nice lady I work with, she comes up to me at work and she says, Sam, I work with you every day for the last 18 months, and I never looked at you and thought, man, you're small, until I saw your commercial standing next to that guy in the middle of you and your other partner.
Yeah, that's
right. And Bellamy's offside. So what would have been a 3rd and 10 turns into a 3rd and 5. This will be the longest down and distance. Oh, Fullwood. Sorry, folks. I keep referring to 78 as Bellamy. It's Isaiah Fullwood. I'm so very sorry to Isaiah and his family. If you're watching tonight. Handoff around the left side. Enough for the first down yardage and more. Missed tackle. Still on his feet. Finally brought down about the 15.
He is a tough dude. I'm worried.
Is that Best?
Kids are getting up a little bit slower, Sam. And that's Best. He was kind of bumped around a little bit in the first half, wasn't he?
He got up from that real long kick return real slow.
Yeah, and he's walking, kind of taking his time to the sideline.
1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. Handoff to JT Todd. Ball's on the ground, Jay, and I think the Trojans have got it.
There you
Fumble
go.
recovered by 64.
Trey
Stegall.
Wow,
a huge break there by the Trojans. Number 64, Stegall, jumps on the loose ball, and the Trojans force a turnover. Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Signs of life for the Trojans.
I've seen every one of Trey's movies when he, karate chops everybody on that boat.
Trey Stevens Stegall.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy I'm thinking of. But listen, boy, West needed that.
Did they ever?
Right back in it if they can score.
Now Daniels has got the handoff around the left side. He was tracked down from behind by, boy, Jay, that's why you love Southeastern North Carolina high school football. That's Luke Odom.
Yeah, their quarterback.
On the tackle, number 6.
Their quarterbacks play defense.
Yep.
Unlike some leagues.
Some youth leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jay, haven't even informed the viewers of that Huck's been taking some snaps at quarterback here.
Get a drum roll on that, please.
Fake the handoff, fires it over to Cobb, and he was hit as soon as he made the catch and slung to the turf by number 4, Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson was doing everything in his power to undo that throw to the turf.
Yep.
Including running over and being the first one to help Cobb get up. He didn't want to get called for unnecessary roughness or a penalty.
So the pass and catch picked up about a yard or two, so the Trojans facing a 3rd and we'll call it a long 4 from their own 18-yard line. They need the 22 for a 1st down. First down. And more. Kavon Daniels through the defense to the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown.
Oh,
Trojans, 78 yards. Excuse me, sorry, partner. 82 yards on the scoring run from Kavon Daniels, who out now has a score from 90 yards out and 82 yards out. And the Trojans have pulled within 5 points here at Legion Stadium. Wolfpack lead 51-46.
G-Money Christmas. You know, he's a straight-up runner, isn't he? Look. He just
And
like,
there he goes.
Boom. Boom. And he hits that second level. He's gone. Strength and speed. Kavon Daniels. Was he the Offensive Player of the Year last year in the conference?
Oh, a fake extra point.
Looky here.
Boy, that was beautiful.
Here. Number 2, Michael Simpson. Remember we said the Swiss Army knife?
Fake the extra point attempt to Michael Simpson, who's carried it in untouched. And Jay, how, why, when, I don't know any of the answers, but it's a 3-point game. 6:41 left in the third. Whiteville 51, West Brunswick 48.
Unbelievable. 51-48. That is what, Sam? 99 points?
99 points.
And we haven't played half of the third quarter.
We have not.
Jeez, you flip.
Jiminy
There's
Christmas.
there's somebody. Is that the Trojan flag?
Flying high.
Yeah, I can't read backwards, but I think that's what it is. Wow. Hey, and a lot of grit and gumption and determination on the part of West Brunswick, because holy moly, there were so many times this evening in these first 2.5 quarters that they could have just laid down, but they have not. And they've reduced this margin to 3.
So, Jay, and really each team has scored 7 touchdowns. West missed an extra point and a 2-point try. Whiteville has 2 successful 2-point tries and hasn't missed an extra point. That's the difference.
So the extra points, the special teams, kind of the difference in the game. Of course, special teams big for West Brunswick this evening because McCall had the 80-yard kickoff return.
And now the Trojans covering kicks a little bit better here in the second half. Signs of life over on the Trojans sideline. Little more pep in their step. But Jay, aside from a turnover, West Brunswick forced on Whiteville's last offensive possession. They really showed no signs of slowing down the Wolfpack. But the Trojans really a stop away from this one, really getting interesting.
Yeah, Stegall downfield after he recovered the fumble on special teams, along with Jason Smith. Got to see if they can come up with a stop. Just make them punt.
And that was a better effort there on defense. The Trojans stuffed the Wolfpack, a gain of about 3 yards.
2 sophomores, Sam. 2
Rumsey,
sophomores.
and it was
Hamrick.
Owen.
Hamrick.
And Hamrick. Jay, talk about a proud uncle moment tonight as my nephew, Asher Herring, is suiting up for the Trojans. Number 82, I believe he's
81.
Or 81.
Yep.
He's wearing. Oh, we got a Trojan down. It's Hamrick, who was in on that tackle. He is struggling off the field to the visitor sideline. But Asher,
sideline.
Asher, when you go back and watch this, we're proud of you. We love you. Now go catch some touchdowns.
Man. And what nice parents. Bobby and Jen.
A wonderful, wonderful
family.
Not even a brother-in-law and sister-in-law anymore.
Yeah.
Just a brother and sister.
And I love going to Patroni's.
Oh, yeah.
I see Jen over there a lot.
Oh, Jay, looked like West had some guys there. Now they were able to knock Best down shy of the line to gain. So they forced Whiteville into a 3rd and 2 from the 48-yard line. Whiteville needs just shy of the 50 for a first down. Is Falk coming in? Yep, indeed.
Deshaun Fullwood in on the stop along with Woodard that time. But, the big guy coming in.
Short yardage, 3rd and 2. Handoff to Falk. He's got the first down and a lot more. Hey, good tackle by Jason Smith in the defensive backfield. And Jay, that's the only way to chop him down.
Look a little slow getting up. He's getting up, but, yeah, you got to hit him
Yeah,
low,
don't
Sam.
try to tackle him up top.
And here's the thing, too, about Falk. I mean, he had a massive gap that time to run through. He really doesn't need that so much to get those short yards, but when he has one, he can move.
Oh, another stop by the Trojan defense. Isaiah Fullwood making some plays on the defensive line.
And
Tristan Williams there on the stop, 2nd and 9.
Tristan Williams, a junior. He's also a quarterback, right? But starts as a linebacker. And yeah, and now we got a penalty. What's going on? What is going on?
Jay, that one came in as Whiteville was like running up to line up for the play. Substitution infraction of some kind on the defense. Yep, penalties against West Brunswick.
Well,
so that's a bad break. That'll take a 2nd and 9 and turn it into a 2nd and 4.
So penalties have plagued the Trojans, but actually I think tonight, penalty-wise, a little better effort than they showed last week against Carolina Forest.
Coach Pardue doesn't love it.
No, that Caleb.
And Jay, that's more than a 5-yard penalty. They marked off 10. That's going to be a Whiteville first down. Whoa! They just marked off about. Jay, they marked off about 20 yards.
Well, then that could not. What was the call, though?
Illegal substitution, and they marked off about 20 or 15 yards.
Well,
there's no way that's
wait a minute,
I know
Sam.
it's not a 15-yard penalty.
They're getting back together now, are the officials?
Yeah, I mean, that ball moved. He was tackled at like the 44, and the ball moved all the way up to like the 27.
Okay, so that's Caleb Pardue. And he is more than pleading his case. And this has been a tough night for the officials, would you not say? And I'm not saying whether their calls are right, wrong, or indifferent, but they've been, golly day, there's been so much stoppage and action. And
so 1st and 10 after all that. Speed sweep around the left side. Boy, that's just speed right there.
That's McAveen.
Jay, I'll tell you what, West Brunswick's number 6, Jason Smith, just stuck his nose right in there and took a lick, but he has shown an absolute willingness to put his head down in there and mix it up tonight. A good sign. There's Rumsey again, brings down the ball carrier at about the 11-yard line after a gain of 5.
Sam, real quick, Jacob Rumsey, 10th grader, getting a lot of PT tonight, and rightfully so, but maybe because of the injury to Noah Helms, who's suffering with a back ailment and probably, I don't know if he's going to play this year or not. I hope he does, but he's good.
As soon as I was singing Smith's praises, he missed a tackle there, and Amari Best rumbles in from 11 yards away for a Wolfpack touchdown. Whiteville extends their lead to 2 possessions at 57-48.
Well, look, these cats are good. They didn't show it last week, and maybe that's more a function of North being awfully good, but defensively. But they're kind of, it's reminiscent of what they did the entire first half. So Creech in for the point after.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. And off the fence and in for Creech. He's perfect on extra point attempts, and it's a 10-point lead for the Wolfpack, 58-48, 3:51 left in the 3rd quarter. So, Jay, we've eclipsed the 100-point plateau. 106 combined points for these squads tonight.
And this is like the bash at the beach.
Now it is.
In terms of sheer volume of points being scored. Well, you know, this yin and the yang, right? The pendulum has just gone back and forth, and West Brunswick making a nice little recovery here in the third quarter with a couple of scores and the two-point conversion. But what's Whiteville do finally? Gets back down into the end zone and a double-digit lead at 58-48. Maybe it's time for the Trojans to run another one back.
Trojans down by 10, 3:51 left. Now Whiteville, and they got it.
That's a wow. How good was that, Sam? How good was that? And you talk about a great call by the Wolfpack staff. They surely caught the Trojans unawares. Yeah, the sleeper. Great effort, though, by the kicker, Grayson Creech.
Yep, perfectly executed. And Jay fielded it at 11 yards. So West Brunswick had the momentum for about 5 minutes, Jay, and then Whiteville puts together a scoring drive and then recovers an onside kick. Now a handoff around the left side, still on his feet. Finally brought down across the 40 at the 39-yard, or excuse me, ruled down at the 40-yard line for a gain of 9.
Sam, I'm sorry, bumped into my broadcast partner. Don't want to hurt him. You gotta. It takes more than one to bring down these Whiteville runners. Tough to bring them down one-on-one.
Man, just.
Oh, that's a pop.
Michael Simpson just leveled the ball carrier there, but it was after about a gain of 15 yards and a Whiteville first down.
McAvane felt the wrath of Michael Simpson that time. Not before he picked up yet another first down.
3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Amari Best running it around the right side. JoJo Hamrick was in there, along with Tristan Williams and 64.
That's
Trace DeGaulle.
Yeah.
Gain of about 5 yards, and White will go in tempo here. Surely that West Brunswick defense is a little gassed right now after playing the last drive and having to come right back on the field after the onside kick recovery. There's Todd up the middle, dropped by Rumsey.
Stegall in there, too, as he has been many times this
Big
evening.
Daddy Falk coming in the game.
Yep. It's Falk time.
3rd and 2. I'll give you $10 if Falk doesn't get this handoff. And he does, and he's right through everyone. Oh, nimble Falk. He is in for a Trojan, or Wolfpack rather, touchdown. Whiteville back in front by 16 at 64-48. 2:14 left in the third quarter.
Sam Jamal grabbing that right knee. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Yeah, rumble and stuff. Nobody going to tackle him one-on-one. Made a little kind of a jump cut almost and evaded the last would-be tackler. And
Jay, for Jamal's sake and Whiteville's, let's hope it's just a cramp.
I do hope that.
Well, that would, best case scenario, let's hope it's a cramp.
I'm looking through here. 3 touchdowns in the first half for a defensive lineman running back. Jamal Falk, 1 2-point conversion at least. And he's still getting some tension. They're helping him up. Now look how many guys it takes to get that guy up.
Half the coaching staff.
Wow, Sam, we can't kid about this. He's hurt. Oh, man.
Yeah, Jay, I mean, that's
and
no
look
power.
At that one coach on the left. That's everything he can do to keep that kid up.
And Mr. Falk is not putting any weight on that right leg.
I do hope he's okay. Please let him be okay.
Prayers up from Mr. Falk. Yeah, he put that right knee in the ground on that cut and then just went down.
It almost looked like like a little guy would do a jump cut.
Yep.
And here he is at 260 pounds doing that.
Boy, we sure hope he's okay.
I do. So that was a touchdown run by Falk of how many yards, Sam? 20? J.P. Price peeking down there, but watching.
No good. No good on the extra point attempt. So Jay's still a two-possession game at 16 points at 64 to 48. 2:14 left in the third on your Focus Broadband TV game of the week.
Sam, how long was that TD run by Falk?
From the 16.
16, yeah. Because he ran over one tackler and juked another one and literally kind of fell into the end zone. And hopefully he is going to be okay. But he is drawing quite a bit of attention on the Whiteville sideline. (64-48), and we still got 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
112 points combined.
Yikes.
There have been 16 touchdowns.
Gosh, Sam.
9 for Whiteville,
Count
and
them
7
up, dude.
for West Brunswick.
That is great. I never thought about it that way. Holy cow.
Well, now that one's on the ground, and Avery Clemens wisely just dives on top of it. South Brunswick 44-26 winners over Midway tonight. So the Cougars improved to 2-0.
2-0 for the Cougs, huh? Rocky's got a team.
44-26 South Brunswick winners.
Hoggard was playing
Scotland
tonight. And that's boy, that's a
That
premier
one might-
matchup.
Yeah, that one might be over by now. I think it was a 7 o'clock kick.
I think they probably all are over, Sam, whether they were even a 8 o'clock kickoff as long as this game's been tonight. Wow.
Hoggard leading Scotland County 15-8 in the fourth quarter. We got a timeout on the field. West Brunswick about to take over 1st and 10 at its own 29-yard line. I believe the Wolfpack called the timeout there before the first down snap.
Yeah, Sam, I think Best has 4 touchdowns tonight. Falk has 4 touchdowns tonight. And Todd has the other touchdown for Whiteville.
Jay, I stand corrected there. I think that was a West timeout.
West timeout, okay.
Error on the play-by-play guy.
Nonsense.
Steamy night inside the press box at Legion Stadium. So 1st and 10 from the West 29. Daniels flanking McCray in the backfield. Jet sweep to the right. Odom met Cobb and tackled him for a loss of a yard back at the 28. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Ashton Hammond's in on the stop as well for the Wolfpack. So gain of 3, Sam, did you say?
No, loss of 1.
Loss of 1, okay.
Yeah, it was 1st and 10 from the 29. Now 2nd and 11 from the 28. Look at Daniels. I mean, he picked up about 6-7 yards there, but I believe it's going to be all for naught as a holding penalty is called against the Trojans.
So those penalties that took a little bit of a vacation for West starting to come back and plague them.
10-yard penalty, holding against the offense.
Sam, how would you, I mean, is it in your mind fair to kind of say that Daniels is an upright runner? I mean, you know, he kind of stands up, and I don't think that's the way they prefer that you run, but it seems to work awfully well for Cavan.
It's about 2nd and 25 here, partner.
Pressure.
McCray.
Pressure. Almost evaded
sacked
it.
3 different Wolfpack. And, Jay, then we have a late flag that came in very, very late. Was thrown kind of right behind where the linebackers play.
No, the number I saw from Whiteville was 51, and I don't have a 51 on my roster, but I think he got credit for at least a partial sack there.
I think
but if
they just called a personal foul face mask penalty against the Wolfpack.
Maybe somebody reached up and grabbed Javen's mask. There was a lot of blue shirts in there for sure.
So, Jay, looks like we'll replay second down. So much needed break for the Trojans. It would have been about 3rd and 30. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 13.
A much better chance for West on that.
There's McCray. Boy, very, very close to the line to gain, about a yard short out to the 38-yard line, and West needs the 39 for a first down. Big Aiden Brown checking into the game, number 40 at his tight end position. Boy, Aiden Brown's a good-looking kid. Hey, you talk about parents, Rodney and Jennifer Brown. Of course, Rodney is the branch manager over at Farm Bureau Insurance in Charlotte. A good high school football player himself. Anson County. Daniels on the give, didn't have anything between the tackles, somehow bounced it out to the right side and picks up a first down for the Trojans out to just shy of the 45-yard line. Yeah. Gain of about 6 and a West Brunswick first down.
Give Wolfpack's Chris Williams, number 2, senior, the tackle on that, and he was not even on the field. He was on the sidelines. Somebody got to stop him, right?
And Jay, that's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Whiteville leads West Brunswick 64-48. 12 minutes of game action left in this one. West Brunswick trails by 2 possessions, and we'll be back for the 4th quarter on your Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week. And we're back for the start of the 4th quarter. West Brunswick has a 1st and 10 from its own 45-yard line. The Trojans down by 2 scores will need a pair of 2-point conversions with the touchdowns if they can score. Kavon Daniels gets hit at the 44 and carries about 4 tacklers out to midfield for a gain of 5 to set up a 2nd and 5 from midfield. Jay, there's a lineman coming up lame for the Trojans. That is, I believe that's Josh Smith, 62. Let me check my roster here. It was indeed. So he has to come off the field. And West brings in a new offensive lineman. 2nd and 5, ball's right at midfield. McCray drops back, gonna throw it to Clemens. And it's picked off. What a grab, number 3, Will Fisher. McCray tried to throw it up into single coverage, one-on-one coverage, a 50-50 ball between Clemens and Will Fisher. Fisher picks it off, and the Wolfpack Now we'll try to go down the field and ice this one away with a 2-score lead and now have possession of the football.
I think that's the second turnover of the game for West Brunswick. You know, you just can't, when you're playing good teams, you can't afford to give them extra chances. And twice tonight, West has done it. Now, Whiteville's done it one time for West.
There's
too.
Todd.
Yeah, he ought to be fresh, Sam. You haven't called his name out for quite a while, and he's a good one. JT Todd, 5'11", 175-pound junior fullback linebacker for J.P. Price's Whiteville Wolfpack. And Fullwood, I think, maybe a little quick off the trigger that time. But look at Michael Simpson there, the senior. Goes up and, you know, kind of slaps him in the shoulder pad. Get in there, don't worry about it, you know, another down.
Game clock rolling to the 10-minute, 50-second mark. So, Jay, for the first time tonight, Whiteville going to take a little bit of time in between snaps and trying to make the clock their friend. Todd around the left side stays in bounds, and we're going to get a clock stoppage anyway on a holding penalty against the Wolfpack.
Seems like there's been more penalties here in the second half. You think that's fatigue, tired, heat, hot, you know? I mean,
Jay, we could have scheduled a week 3 game here at Whiteville and still been here when this one ends. We're going, production manager Aaron Varner, what time we got here, partner? It is, Jay, we are going on 2.5 hours, and we still got 10.5 minutes left in this ball game.
It's 6:57 California time.
West Brunswick with a good defensive play there, tackles Whiteville after a gain of about 4 yards.
For corner's sake, Sam, it's probably the morning in Hawaii. So let's play 2.
All right, Ernie Banks, cool your jets.
Cool, I would appreciate that.
Odom fakes the pitch, runs around the right side, and is slammed to the turf by Simpson and Marlowe. Set up about a 3rd and 7 here. So, Jay, I'm trying to get a look down there on the sideline.
Yeah, he's
Falk is still down, sitting down, receiving attention.
Yeah, and I can't tell if they're looking at his ankle or his
they're
knee,
wrapping his
or unwrapping.
His knee is wrapped, and now it looks like they're wrapping his ankle. And West's going to come up with a stop. Are they going to force a Whiteville punt?
7-8, Isaiah Fullwood. Big junior defensive lineman, about 260. Showed it that time. What we got, Sam?
They're going for it.
That's what it looks
4th
like.
and 3 from the 36-yard line. Oh, that looked like motion, did it not? Well, now West is going to get it back, partner.
Yeah.
Whiteville snapped it. It was a busted play. Odom got tackled at about the 36, and the Trojans are going to get the ball back down 16 with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the game.
You know, Coach Price either has a lot of confidence in his offensive unit to pick up 3-4 yards on the ground, or very little confidence in his punting game right now, because I think that would have been a situation where you would punt the ball away, but maybe new life for West. Oh, he's still running so hard.
Man, he's a beast.
He
partner.
is still running so hard. Puts that shoulder down. Fun player to watch. He being Kevon Daniels, the senior running back extraordinaire for. Watch it again, Sam.
I mean, just look at this run. Finds a hole, runs straight over Odom.
Straight up, straight over. Had a good block. The kid you mentioned tonight, Aiden Brown.
West fakes the speed sweep to Cobb. McCray kept it, but then was brought down for a loss of a yard or 2.
You know, and I think you have to credit Whiteville, but talk about the importance of getting the ball into the hands of your playmakers. Clearly, West has done that well this evening with regards to Daniels, but not so much JJ, and that might just be some good defense on the part of Whiteville.
There's another screen. Daniels, he's got running room. He's still on his feet. Oh! Just ran over
Touchdown.
Fisher on the goal line. A 24-yard touchdown on the screen play from Javen McCray to a one, Kavon Daniels. And Jay, I cannot wait to see Daniels' numbers after tonight. He's got to be going on about 200 yards rushing and about 150 receiving.
So what this kid does is, and I don't know, I'm sure, what do they call them, Sam? Yak yards?
Yeah.
Yards after the catch?
Or after the catch.
I bet you
yards after contact.
Well, either way,
yeah, right.
This kid, he can take short passes and make them into big gains.
Jay, big play here on the two-point try. West gets it. They're within a possession, and they are. It's an 8-point game. 7:40 left in the ball game, and the Trojans are a touchdown and 2-point conversion away from tying the score. The issue is they haven't shown much, the ability to slow down Whiteville's offense. So, Jay, Coach Combs, take me to Coach Pardue's shoes here. Are we just going to line up and go for a straight onside kick? Do you try and catch him off guard? Can you catch him off guard? Or are we just kicking it away and playing defense?
I think you talked about this in the first half, and you were saying, this might not be a bad place to do an onside kick. Look, I think, help me out, Sam, have they stopped them? Has West Brunswick stopped Whiteville more than one possession tonight?
Yes, they forced the one fumble and then stopped them on
right. Okay,
and then stopped them on fourth down this last try.
So the chances are, based on what we've seen tonight, greatly in the favor of Whiteville. If not scoring, certainly taking time off the clock and moving the ball down the field. So I think this might be a place where, look at all the blue shirts up. The hands team is up at the 50. Might be a place where you'd try it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 9 of their players within 15 yards of where the ball is being kicked. So Hamrick squibs it. Jay, it's live. It may have been touched. It's on the ground, and I think the Trojans got it. The Trojans recovered it. At the 35-yard line of the Wolfpack, the Trojans picked it up, and West 35 yards away from potentially scoring a touchdown and getting a 2-point conversion to tie the game. What a turn of events.
Who covered the ball? The Swiss Army knife.
Simpson.
Michael Simpson.
Wow.
Gosh,
wow.
He does so many good things for a football team, and he certainly did one there. So.
Jay, I just got a text that someone said it was the craziest high school football game they've ever watched, and it just got a lot crazier.
I'm just so happy they're still watching it.
Daniels is in the defensive backfield.
He's
going to score. 35 yards out. Kavon Daniels, the Trojans, a 2-point try away from tying this game. 7:25 left, and it is 64-62 Wolfpack. Let's see what the Trojans do. Jay, take us through the replay.
Straight handoff, busts through the line, gets to the outside. And then I think people were tired except for Kavon. They're going to go for 2.
This is absolute insanity. Insanity. Jay, what do you like here on the 2-point play part? I think I'm just giving it to Daniels. If he doesn't get in, he doesn't get in. But I believe I'm going to make them tackle him shy of that goal line. Exactly what they're going to do, and they stopped him. The Wolfpack stopped him. He is short. Whiteville comes up with a huge 2-point stop. Daniels kind of tried to jump through the middle of the line, and Whiteville came up with a huge stop. Wolfpack preserved the 2-point lead, 64-62, 7:25 left in the game.
Wow. Wow. Still, Sam, I think that's a good call. They just didn't execute at that time, and credit Whiteville for getting stingy when they needed it most. But, you know, even if they had scored it, it would have been 64-64. So the game would have been tied, but they're still they're a field goal away, right? So are we going to do it again, Sam, or are you going to go ahead and kick it?
I'd kick one just like I did the last one and see if you can get a lucky bounce.
Well, again, the issue for the Trojans tonight has been stopping Whiteville. So if you can make them go as far as you can make them go, that's got to help.
Oh, West is going to directional kick it. It's fielded cleanly by the Wolfpack. He's looking for a seam to run through. He's got running room. Oh, Michael Simpson with an amazing tackle at the 32-yard line. Somehow was able to trip up 24 Powell. And Powell had a lot of running room if Simpson doesn't make that play, partner.
That dude is a player, Sam. He is a football player, Michael Simpson. 6 foot.
West needs about 11 of them.
Buck 94 senior.
And I don't mean that as a slight to the other kids. I mean that as a compliment to Mr. Simpson.
He's so good.
Just a heck of a high school player.
And a great kid.
Jay, the Trojans need one stop. They need a stop of some kind. And there's a good start as Best was taken down. Well, he picked up great yardage on the play to the 38-yard line, a gain of 7. Whiteville needs its own 41 for a first down.
I would think you'd see quite a bit of Best and Todd on this series.
Well, West wasn't even down. Their defensive linemen weren't even down in their sets, partner. Todd picked up enough for the first down yardage at the 42-yard line of the Wolfpack. It is a first down.
Whiteville successful tonight, getting out over that ball, and we've got a player down, and is that number 2?
Simpson.
Darn. Look, he's getting up. Cramp probably.
Boy, these kids have played a lot of snaps.
Yeah. What I was trying to say was Whiteville's had great success, kind of in the hurry up, getting out over the ball. But this is at a time in the game where they want to chew some clock up too. So, wow. One of the folks watching the game said this is the craziest high school football game they've ever seen.
Yeah, it was actually Coach Aaron Taylor, the head men's basketball coach for the Trojans, who texted me that, and I'm sure he's seen some crazy ones. West with a pretty good snap, trying to go for the ball, it looks like. And Best picks up 3 yards to the 45. That'll set up a 2nd and 7, the 45-yard line of the Wolfpack.
You know, this game, it just might be who can still stand up at the end, right? I mean,
yeah, a war of attrition.
Jeez, who flip.
Approaching the 6-minute mark, 2nd and 7, ball at the 45, speed sweep around the left side. West makes a play. Only a 2-yard gain, Jay. We're going to have a 3rd and 5 from the 47. Whiteville needs the 48 of the Trojans for a first down.
Somebody had great penetration that time and slowed Best down, and then some good coverage by West coming up. Big play. Both teams.
Todd, West has stopped him. West stopped him. He's shy.
He's short.
Jay, I think I'd be shocked if Whiteville doesn't go for this.
Look who got up off the pile there at the bottom. Jacob Rumsey, the 10th grader who's playing like a senior.
Jay, this could be the game here, and if you're West, you've got to be careful not to jump off sides. And Jay, how big is it also that Falk is injured and not in the game on this short yardage situation?
Took the words right out my mouth, Sam, and I'm glad you did.
4th and 2, ball's at midfield. Whiteville needs the 48, and West Brunswick wants to talk about it. Trojans, oh no, the referee signaled. Okay, the White Hat signaled that it was West Brunswick who called the timeout. We had differing signals there. I believe that's the last one of the evening for the West Brunswick Trojans.
Gosh, I don't even know how to say this, which is pretty normal for me, right? But I'm really happy for West Brunswick here this evening, because this game, even though you look at the scoreboard and there is now a 2-point difference, but it's kind of seemed like it's been Whiteville's game all night long.
Yeah,
and
oh yeah.
So many chimes and chances that the Trojans could have just thrown the towel in and quit. In fact, we said one time, gosh, the kids are really coming back slow to the line, but doggone it, they have not quit, notwithstanding what the outcome of this game is.
Here we go,
hinge
Jay.
on here.
4th and 2, ball's at midfield. Whiteville needs the 48 for a first down. Give up the middle. I think he's about a half-yard shy.
Well,
oh,
if he got it.
If the mark is on this end, it's West Brunswick
They
football.
held.
If the mark is on the line judge on the other side, it's going to be West Brunswick football. Jay, it is. He's ruled down at the 49-yard line, and if so, it's going to be West Brunswick ball.
They're not even going to measure?
Whoa. Where they marked it's close to the line of game.
It's going to be close. There's a a West player 66, LJ Bellamy. I mean, again, I wasn't joking about who's standing at the end. I mean, the kids are exhausted.
Boy,
that doesn't act like a cramp.
He's in pain.
Yeah,
he's in a lot of pain, Jay Bird.
I don't know if we get a chance to see that one again, Aaron? Too late now. Okay, we won't, but it is
Jay,
very.
And how about that? The play on the night where Whiteville has this bruiser of a defensive lineman who can carry the ball very effectively, gets injured, and you end up later on in the game, of course, having a 4th and 2 where even if he's hit at the line of scrimmage, he's going to pick up 2 yards. He ain't going down.
He falls forward, that's 2 yards,
yeah.
and probably a lot more. So, yes, Sam, great observation. And you hate to see injuries play a part in the game, but right now, clearly, the injury to Jamal Falk is a critical one. Okay, good news is.
Boy, they went to help him up and couldn't. He really didn't budge. Boy, hope Bellamy is okay.
Big kid, 10th grader.
There he goes. He's on his feet.
Good. That is that in and on its own. You can see the size of sophomore LJ Bellamy. Well, Sam, what we got? Not measuring?
They already called it West ball. The
Okay,
referee said no measurement, West ball.
On the West, say what, 49, I guess, close to it. Don't need a touchdown. Do need 3 points. And they've got 4:42.
Jay, plenty of time. And now a Whiteville defense that's exhausted has got to contend with Kavon Daniels there. West has it at their own 49. And now Whiteville's defense is the one making some plays against the West Brunswick offense. 1 yard on the game by Daniels, and it'll set up a 2nd and 9 from midfield. Jay, does West put it in the air?
I think they would prefer not, but if they have to, they will.
Yeah, I think they might try to get Daniels outside of the tackles here.
But it's going to be, I would think, maybe one of those real safe passes. Maybe, hey, they've had good luck.
To Daniels maybe of some kind? So he picked up better yardage that time, but still 5 yards shy of the line to gain. West will now have a 3rd and 5. And the ball is at the 46-yard line of the Wolfpack. West needs the 41 for a first down. 3rd and 5 from the 46. West needs to get to the 41 for a first down.
And don't forget, no timeouts left for West Brunswick. So this clock's going to roll, which is what West wants. But and they're in 4-down territory, right, Sam?
Oh, try to pass to Avery Clemens, and it was well behind the target.
And he was defended quite well that time. I don't even know if he could have come up with the ball had it been on the mark.
So, Jay, with no timeouts left, this may be it. This may be the game for the Trojans.
Well, I would say the obvious is Kavan. You like the fact that McCray is a capable runner. And, of course, if you can figure out a way to get the ball to Cobb, and that's not going to help. That hurts a lot if it's on West Brunswick.
It is a false start against the offense. So what would have been a 4th and 5 is now going to be a 4th and 10 from its own 49-yard line.
And now you're in a passing situation. I don't know.
And Jay, I wasn't thinking about it, but it would have been a good idea on that 3rd and 5 play to maybe do a couple hard counts and try to get the 5 yards of the freeway from the Wolfpack. But that's a moot point now. 4th and 10.
Now what? Jeez, flip.
No, this game has just been very, very choppy, particularly here in the second half.
Well, we were on an hour, 30-minute first half. What are we second half?
Well, it's 10-16. We started about
7:30, right?
Started about 9 to start this. No, to start the second half. So, yeah, we're going to be on about an hour and a half pace for each half.
Yeah, and again, not to we've joked about it, but no joke if you're out there playing. It's hot, humid, keeping kids hydrated.
Jay, I'm thinking some kind of sprint out to the left and try to hit Cobb on a corner route.
Sam, football a lot of times is big plays. West needs a big play.
Here it is, folks. 4th and 10. Ball's at the 49.
Gonna throw it.
They passed it. It's picked. Picked off by the Wolfpack. West tried a speed option pass around the right side, and it was just dead from the start, really.
Montrez Holland.
And Montrez Holland picked it off with 3:19 left. Jay, how about that? You score 62 points, and you get the ball back near midfield. You're thinking, oh, West is about to take the lead. And the Wolfpack defense comes up with a huge stop and preserves their 2-point lead. 3:19 left in the game. Trojans can't stop it again, Jay, so a first down or two will ice this one away.
Yeah, that incomplete pass hurt, then the penalty hurt, and, of course, a trick play trying to come up with a big play failed.
That might do it, partner. Amari Best into the defensive backfield. Tackled by Smith, but a gain of about 14 yards and a Wolfpack first down. Jay, easy for me to say up here, but on that 3rd and 5 play, I'm just not sure I would have taken it out of Daniel's hands.
Well,
again, easy for me to say, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's some relevance to it. I think, you dance with who you brung to the dance, right? And anytime West Brunswick shows up to a dance, it's Kavan.
Best fighting for yardage, goes down inbounds. Most importantly, Jay, goes down inbounds and shy of the marker, so the clock will not stop. And now Whiteville would be very wise to let this play clock bleed all the way down before calling the second down snap.
West really, the only chance they have now is to kind of tackle the ball and hope for a turnover. That has happened, one fumble tonight against the Pack. When you consider how much they run the doggone football on a wing tee and only mishandled it once, that's pretty impressive. Well, Sam, as you mentioned earlier, you were talking specifically about Kavan as we see the Wolfpack cheerleaders. Lots to cheer about tonight for them. But you were talking specifically about Daniels, how many yards he had. I'm interested to see what the total offense is between these two teams
well
tonight.
Over 1,000.
Absolutely.
Well over 1,000.
smartly just letting the clock run. No hurry if you're a Wolfpack tonight.
10 seconds on the play clock. Oh, Jay, that's it. It is over, partner. First down. And with no timeouts left, Whiteville just going to hand it off to Todd. And, Jay, maybe they're going to put the icing on the cake. Nope, tackled shy of the line of game. Whiteville can snap it one more time, and this one is over. Jay, 128 points. Excuse me, 126 points combined by these two teams. With 50 seconds left, it looks like Whiteville is going to hold on for the wildest 64-62 high school football game victory I have ever seen in my life.
Sam, how's our buddy Tim Howard going to write this one up?
It'd have to be about a gazillion words, wouldn't it?
Wow. Just an offensive explosion, which is not nearly a good enough adjective to describe it. But if you like offense, Whiteville was the place to be tonight.
Jay, just a gut-wrenching loss for the Trojans, who fall 64-62. Got the ball back at midfield with 4.5 minutes left. Needed to travel 50 yards after scoring 62 points in the game, and went 4 plays and out, and the Wolfpack are 64-62 winners. Wrap it up for us, partner.
Well, again, if you like offense, this was the game to see. 64-62 for Whiteville. Both teams needed this win. Both teams gave it all they had. Wolfpack come out on top by the narrowest of margins, and these kids deserve a good night's rest, a good night's sleep, and then get ready for their respective games next week.
It was a lot of fun, Jay. Let's do it again next week. From Legion Stadium near the campus of Whiteville High School, Whiteville 64, West Brunswick 62. Wolfpack improved to 1-1 on the young season. West Brunswick falls to 0-2, but the Trojans show a great deal of fight, particularly in the second half. Jay, Trojans held Whiteville to just 13 points in the third and fourth quarters, which after giving 51 up in the first half, quite an accomplishment. That'll do it for us. Aaron Varnum, Jake Godek, Nathan Evers, Jay Combs, I'm Sam Hickman. We'll see you next week on the Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week. Good night from Whiteville.